with every purchase. Don't miss out. Visit vividseats.com or download the app today. Vivid Seats, the official ticketing partner of ESPN.
Quarterback Jordan Love isn't just on Green Bay's team. He's also on the American Family Insurance team. Because like us, he believes in dreaming fearlessly.
Just chase your dreams and don't let nobody hold you back.
And we help protect those dreams with the right coverage so you can
dream fearlessly.
American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Who's cutting down the nets this year? Get in on all the tournament action at ESPN Bet Sportsbook. Go from tracking the latest upsets to placing bets in just a few taps. Right now, new customers can get $100 in bonus bets when you make your first $10 wager. Download the ESPN Bet Sportsbook app and sign up with promo code JQ to get started today. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.
That was Cappy's boy right there. 320 in the South Plain. Are you ready, Sunka Sedano and Cap right now?
Bee-ba-da-bop.
Yeah.
Boo-ba-da-bop. Ding-da-da-da-ba-da-bop. Ba-doom-ba-da-bop.
Sedano and Cap is on this final day of March as we make March matter for our friends at Children's Hospital Los Angeles. Bid now. Your final moments to have dinner with Cappy and Shan.
It's a final.
710-4CHLA.com. You can also bid on the Lit Experience, 9 hours with me and eating pie with Cappy.
You're going to eat pie?
I had road pie today on the way up.
Did you really?
Yes, I did.
Is that because you don't want to eat in front of me? The pie?
I thought about it. I was like, you know what? I don't think this would be a good idea to order a bunch of pizza freaking pies to the station this afternoon.
But you can. It doesn't bother me.
I know. And listen, have you ever seen a movie called Easy Money?
No.
You never saw this movie? It's about Rodney Dangerfield. And what happens is Rodney's overweight.
Are you going to do your Rodney impression?
Nah, I don't need to do it.
I mean, it's pretty good, actually.
Rodney's overweight, and Rodney drinks too much.
Keep the music up. I like that.
And he gambles too much, and he smokes too much. And ultimately, his friends know that he has to give it all up, and he's got to lose all this weight to get all this money.
Right.
And they're all like, well, why are we all drinking and smoking and gambling and eating around the guy? So I don't want to do that around you.
But you can't. It doesn't bother me.
I understand. I know.
Right.
I'm trying to be considerate.
He's got willpower, unlike you.
I don't have willpower.
Yeah.
That is true.
By the way, somebody told me that if you
good.
play the music under, that it picks up more meters. Not that we have meters anymore.
Yeah, we don't have meters here anymore.
Right. But is that a true thing?
I don't know. We'll go to our
Makes
friends
sense, though.
and research that.
Yeah.
710-4CHLA.com. You can bid on the dinner with Shan Cappy.
I still see it at $1,800.
The Lit Experience. People are waiting. They're waiting to get that late money in.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
I do indeed.
Yeah.
What's the Lit Experience
I had lunch today with
$1,500.
Gregory Arthur Bergman.
Yeah.
Oh, really? How was
We had
Gregory Arthur?
some nachos. We shared some nachos.
Are you
a lot of sodium.
A lot of sodium.
Yeah, I
in
feel it
those
in my
nachos.
back,
Yeah.
honestly.
I bet you do.
Yeah.
Are you upset, Cappy, that they're probably plotting against you?
No.
There was
okay.
no plotting. Cappy actually didn't
I'm
even
no
really
longer-
come up.
I'm not really in the plotting business anymore.
No, you gave up the plotting?
No, I haven't. But I've tried to let loose a little bit.
Really?
Yeah.
Is
When
that-
you almost die, you don't plot.
Honestly,
Yeah.
the only time your name came up was
plotting.
was early. No plotting. It was early in the conversation.
Okay.
And it was something funny.
Okay, what happened?
Were you telling him that one story you told me before?
Yeah.
Can we tell that story?
No.
You don't want to tell that story?
it bad?
No.
right.
It's not bad. It's funny. I don't want to say it on the air. I'll tell you off the air.
How bad is it?
I don't want to tell you on the air.
Wait, it's about me?
Yeah, it's about you.
Yeah, it's
And
about
I don't
you.
know it?
Yeah.
It's pretty good, honestly.
It's funny.
I don't know the story.
Yeah. I'll tell you later.
I think it's
Okay.
some of the kids' best work, frankly.
All right, okay. All right, I'd be curious to hear, and then I could make a decision.
Well, you want me just to be honest with you?
Yeah, go ahead.
Greg thought you went a little long with Dave Pash on your questions.
Greg thought I went a little long with Dave Patch. I'll tell you what, I'll make everybody here a challenge. I'll make everybody here a challenge.
Oh, was that last week?
Okay, I'll make
Oh,
everybody.
it's a segment. I mean, it never ended.
Well,
it was the five
I
o'clock
remember.
top of the hour.
Right. Well, do you mind if
I mean,
we're
he's
all-
not wrong. You went really long. I went back and listened just for posterity.
Can we all just be honest here?
Yeah.
Can we all
boy.
mind? Can we all be honest? All right.
There we
Can we
go.
all be honest?
3:23, and Cappy's going to be honest.
It's the honesty
Yeah,
segment.
right.
Yes.
It's like this is truth serum talk radio.
right.
You ready?
Go ahead.
Tell George what you thought about Dave Pash.
I thought Pash was great with George. With you, not so much.
Okay. The truth is, because he doesn't have the courage to tell you
Right.
what he really thought, he was arguing and complaining the entire time. Why the hell are we putting Dave Pash on for 30 minutes to tell Bill Walton stories?
Why are you telling Bill Walton stories is what I said.
Because that was really what George said.
You and I came. You said you wanted to talk Bill Walton.
I mean,
so I said, I'm going to be at Pash's house. You want me to bring him on so you can trade Walton stories.
That's right.
Were you not ecstatic to talk about Bill Walton?
Ecstatic.
Okay, and I said, why are you talking about Bill Walton?
You thought it was terrible.
I didn't think it was terrible.
I actually loved it.
I thought you doing Bill Walton stuff with Sedano for 30 minutes straight was a little much.
Okay, so wait a second. So if Sedano would have done 30 minutes straight of Bill Walton stuff, it would have been
I don't
great.
think he would have done 30 minutes straight of Bill Walton
Well,
stuff.
he booked it.
Well,
No,
I didn't
he
book it
booked
for the 30
Pash.
minutes. I actually wanted to do like 15 minutes, and then you were like, oh, let's do it during the commercial free.
I liked it.
So, see, you try to throw me under the bus.
Well,
you think I'm afraid to tell Sedano that I thought it was
Yes,
wrong?
I do. Yes, I do.
I
think
literally-
you are. I do think you're afraid. Yes, I do.
I said it in my setup that I thought it was wrong.
I think you're afraid. Now, I will just put out a challenge. I'll put out a challenge.
What
to
happened?
everybody.
What is
Ready?
the challenge today?
Here's the challenge.
Yeah.
But it requires time and energy.
Okay.
Okay.
More time of possession?
Yes.
It's not more Bill Walton stories, is it?
No.
Oh, okay.
I would say let's go back going forward.
Yes.
Let's go back, but going forward. And you talk about long questions or long setups during visits with guests.
Mm-hmm.
I'm willing to put mine up against yours.
Okay, fair enough. Now, are we talking about like having to explain to a guest, like, hey, this is what's transpired? Or when it comes to questions, because my questions are usually like less than 10 words. But if we have to set someone up and explain to them, hey, this is what's transpired, that's different. You got to have a setup.
I'll tell you what. Let's go going forward.
We could do it from now on.
Going forward,
100%.
Let's start having time of possession.
You want to have
inside
You want to
guest
see who's
interviews.
more efficient,
Correct.
you or me?
Correct.
Oh, okay. This is.
I'm very much looking forward to this.
I mean, listen to Laura laugh.
You can laugh, but here's the thing.
No, it was his reaction.
No. Here's the thing. Because it's always, Cap, you go so long, you take so long. And sometimes Lindsay and I will look at each other and look at our, like, is George right?
Now you're throwing Lindsay under the bus. She's
Correct.
not even here.
She's
to
not
defend
even
her.
here.
Oh, no, I'm
Cap.
throwing her under the bus for sure. Well, come on,
What are you,
George,
the
let's
COT?
go.
Just throwing her under the bus?
Again,
No.
do I got to set up a story or do I have to just ask a question? Because if I just have a question, I'm asking
Like,
the
there was
question.
a question last week you asked to Dave McMiniman. It was 14 minutes until you
Oh,
got
shut
no,
the-
it was. No, it was 14
Bleep up.
minutes.
That was
I
not
recorded
true. I
it.
don't
14 minutes.
Okay, let me
You
hear
know,
it.
14.
You do know how George gets with McMiniman.
14
Well,
minutes.
no, because McMiniman and I, the difference between you and McMiniman and me and McMiniman is McMiniman and I are actually trading ideas. Whereas
Over
you're
14 minutes of him listening?
no, never a chance 14 minutes
Okay,
of him.
you know what? You're right. I'm sorry.
Because he
I'm
wasn't
sorry.
even on for
13 minutes and 39 seconds. My bad.
Okay. Listen,
What?
it's not my fault your questions to Pash were not questions.
They weren't questions. It was a back and forth. It was.
But then
here's
you
me,
would ask,
here's
but
you.
then at the end you would throw, and Greg made this point, at the end you'd be like, did you know that, Dave? Because that's a question
Now
at the
George throwing Greg under the bus.
Wow.
end. No, we
Everybody-
did not throw Greg
everybody's
under the bus because it started with
All
me and
under the
Greg were
bus.
talking about it.
Who's Trudell going to throw under the bus?
Or get thrown under the bus.
Maybe he'll throw
Understand.
Billy Mack under. No.
He loves a good Morongo read.
So, Cappy, here's the thing.
Yeah, go ahead.
I thought the Pash segment for 15 minutes would have been great.
Yeah.
30 was a little long.
It was 23 if we're being honest. I mean, I looked at the clock in his house.
Okay, let's just call it 23.
You were eating charcuterie.
I was.
I feel you
It was
added
delicious.
You added a little weight to it that stretched it out.
Let me tell you something. I almost hit the wine. It was going so long.
Okay.
That's all.
All right.
And I don't know how much of our core audience would have been able to connect to Bill Walton and or Dave Pash.
Interestingly enough, though.
No, I think the audience would connect to Walton. The guy went to UCLA. The guy was literally, Pac-12 broadcasting legend, NBA broadcasting legend. Guy was a Hall of Famer and just
Past
died.
15 minutes, as our friend Rick Dees used to say. Could have been a tune-out.
Oh, no, I'm not disagreeing with that part of it.
But I will just say that I got a lot of reaction from people saying how much they loved the back and forth of the storytelling because I don't really ever
So we
have
should
a chance.
have Pash on weekly.
Yeah, just to do Bill Walton
A
stories.
weekly Pash?
Yeah, that's it.
Instead of a weekly pass?
Right, we'll just do weekly Pash Walton stories.
And you gotta go to the house to do it.
Right, and I'm gonna go to the teepee and go, Pash, today I'm broadcasting from Bill's teepee. Did I ever tell you about the time that Bill and I were in the teepee? Hang on for 15 minutes because it's gonna be a little while.
See, this is the kind of fun you could be part of. 710-4CHLA.com. Let's raise money for the kids. Maybe we'll see what's in Trudell's wallet.
Cappy
Take some
loves
money.
the kids.
I do indeed.
Trudell's got a
everything
lot
for
of
the
money.
kids.
We could take some of his.
Yeah.
Well, he's got $500 because he ate some shrimp last week.
He does have $500.
So what was the thing? The
All right,
shrimp was in
how
the
about
horse.
he explains it on the other side?
It was in the horseradish. You like to dip stuff in horseradish.
I don't mind dipping into horseradish at all. I like a little spice myself.
Yeah. Well, let's see how Trudell felt about it since we've heard from Michael on his side of it. All right, we'll get to that. And Michael can tell us about how the Lakers could potentially snap Houston's 13-game win streak next.
You never have to miss a moment of LA's mega sports station. Get the all-new ESPN LA app.
Just search ESPN LA in your App Store or Google Play.
Download, tap, and bam!
You got 710 ESPN in the palm of your hand.
Don't navigate the legal system alone. Hey, it's Travis. At the personal injury law offices of Joseph S. Normand, they will fight tirelessly to get you the max compensation you deserve. Joe and his team understand the emotional and financial toll that an injury can take on you and your life. Call 213-747-2000 or visit normandlegal.com. The law offices of Joseph S. Normand have helped thousands of people like you recover millions of dollars in settlements and verdicts. Visit normandlegal.com or call 213-747-2000. Your recovery is their priority.
Hey everybody, it's Cap. Is it time to sell your home? Whether you're downsizing, moving, or inheriting a property, call Seller's Advantage. With decades of experience, they offer custom cash solutions and can close in days. No repairs, no agents, no hassle, just a great offer that gives you peace of mind. Call 888-390-AS-IS or visit sellersadvantage.com. Don't worry, sell happy with Seller's Advantage.
DRE number 01961658.
Don't worry, sell happy with Seller's Advantage.
Finally figured out that the only thing that's actually crazy is not watching college ball at Morongo. Now your top reasons to visit Morongo.
College Bebo's biggest games on our big screens everywhere you eat, stay, and play.
Number 2.
Jesse Banks, live April 25th.
And the number 1 reason.
Moses Happy Hour is actually several hours. Get half-price brews, bites, and cocktails Monday to Thursday, 2 to 5 p. and Friday, noon to 5.
Morongo, good times.
This is John Ireland. You know BBGO. You see their logo on every Lakers jersey, but did you know BBGO is the official game day snack of the Lakers? BBGO promises bold, authentic Korean flavor. And if you're tired of the same old snacks while watching the game, try America's favorite and #1 Asian snack brand. You can find BBGO products in the freezer section. Try the steamed dumplings or the mandu. BBGO knows that food brings people together, just like the purple and gold. Try BBGO today.
Hey guys, you feel it? Days are getting longer, sun is getting warmer. Looks like our SoCal summer is right around the corner. Here in California, we are all about choosing chill. From hitting the beach to the best hiking trails to going all out to support our teams. One thing really all ties it together, and that's enjoying it all with good friends and a cold Coors Light. Pick up Coors Light near you or get it delivered to your door today. Visit CAChooseChill.com to learn more. 2025 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. Celebrate responsibly.
Who's cutting down the nets this year? Get in on all the tournament action at ESPN Bet Sportsbook. Go from tracking the latest upsets to placing bets in just a few taps. Right now, new customers can get $100 in bonus bets when you make your first $10 wager. Download the ESPN Bet Sportsbook app and sign up with promo code JQ to get started today. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.
We're everyday people doing good in our community. Our kindness runs deep, just like our blood. The same blood we donate to help treat sickle cell disease, which hits Black people the hardest. Good news is, 1 in 3 Black blood donors is a match for someone struggling with sickle cell disease. Stand tall in the eyes of your community. Donate today because our blood saves lives. Visit redcrossblood.org/ourblood to make your donation.
3:32 on Shit Out with Cap.
Actually, we should do the thing on social media. What color's Trudell's suit?
Before we do that,
brown or black?
Today's the anniversary of when we lost Nipsey.
I know.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Same anniversary as Selena.
Crazy how that happened, huh?
Yeah.
Rest in
Yolanda
peace.
got denied parole as she should.
I saw that. Yeah, the
As
other
she
day.
should.
R.I.P.
As Cappy should one day, too.
Yeah, I didn't hear what
You'd be
you said.
denied parole?
Something about parole? What'd you say?
Yolanda, the lady who killed Selena.
Okay, what about her?
She got denied parole.
Okay.
'Cause she was up for parole and she got denied. And people were saying that she is actually safer in prison.
She is actually 100% safe in prison.
She just goes by Yolanda?
Well, that was her first
Nah,
name.
I don't care.
She's
to-
that famous that she
No.
just has one name?
But we got it.
Oh, I didn't.
Yeah. Well,
Okay, this isn't. We're not trying to.
I
do
thought Yolanda was my buddy Sean's mom. I had no idea who you were talking about. I didn't know she was on parole. Up for parole. Yolanda. Yoli, as we like to call her.
Meanwhile, in the studio, we're getting ready for Lakers Rockets tonight at Crypto.com Arena. The great Mike Trudell, who's wearing a suit.
Yeah, live imaging Monday?
Just on this show. Just because we're promoting the CHLA stuff. But I got
okay.
a Trojans, a USC show I got to do in a second. So
You know, when Cappy was just talking there, I
is
heard...
that is that like you want me out of here? You don't want to do a show with me?
I was excited to see you. I wasn't expecting it.
Okay.
Yeah.
You weren't expecting him to be alive, or you weren't expecting to see him?
Well, there was a moment when I
don't
got
know
the
if a laugh was necessary.
when I got the text from Sedano, I was very, very concerned, and then I did call Chris. Well, let's say about a week after that, just to kind of check in, and now I see that you've already turned the corner into joking about it.
He's back to him
all the time.
He's back,
which
baby.
is great. Which means
I
you're
mean,
feeling
parts of me
better.
are back, but
Yeah.
Other parts are not?
well,
Yeah, he's.
Yeah.
Tell him.
no.
Tell him.
What?
No, we don't need to
What-
get into that.
What? What happened?
Tell him. No, it's important.
So one of the I'm on a diuretic still,
Uh-huh.
which they pumped me for to help get the fluid out because that congestive heart failure. The diuretic has a testosterone blocker as part of the power of the drug.
The Schwanz.
So
Got
at
it.
times, like the Schwanz is working,
It's flopping.
but sometimes it's not working like it used to. And here's the thing: it works like it used to. I shouldn't say that. I'm not as like Randy as maybe I would have been.
Randy?
Well,
Yeah,
okay, I
you
can
know.
understand
What
that
does
a
that
little.
mean?
So my dad.
I'm not climbing the walls.
Oh, really?
No, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Like all you think, like if
Why don't you get Blue Chew or something like that?
That's a good
I don't
idea.
think that's good for the heart.
No, you don't
Oh,
think
that's
so?
true. It's not good for the heart.
Really?
That's a good point. Sorry.
Is it as bad as
Yeah.
sodium?
Almost for I don't know about congestive heart failure, but sodium is not good for that.
Okay.
I mean, I still perform.
You do.
Yes, but you know,
Do you take it to the limit
no, I don't go to the
one
limit.
more time?
No,
No,
I don't
you don't take it to the
limit.
limit.
No, but
And no more one more
Well,
time.
Has anyone ever told you sound
No,
exactly
that's-
like Don Henley?
Hey, thanks a hell of a lot.
No one actually
That's
said
why.
that.
that's
There's
why-
no way.
No,
actually,
it's
somebody's
true.
ever
That's
said
why
that.
Deacon Fry and I are starting to think
you know
about
his
our own
friends
band.
with Deacon Fry.
Yeah.
You know that?
No,
Yeah.
I got to meet
Yeah.
Deacon.
Oh, yeah.
You didn't know that?
Yeah, we had no. Well, I heard it on the radio.
Everyone in
'cause he
Southern
was-
California knows.
Now,
Cappy
everybody
was
knows
trying to
this
tell
now.
everybody.
We're BFFs.
And then Deacon, when I was talking to Deacon, though, he didn't mention Cappy's name.
Oh,
He
wow.
didn't?
That was
Weird.
the thing. We were just
Weird.
talking guy to guy.
Well,
but
yeah.
He didn't mention
You know,
Cappy.
he's got Bill Walton stories too.
You want me to tell you something?
Well, I heard that.
I'll call Dave Pash and get
I
him
don't know.
involved.
Do we have enough time in this segment for that?
We need at least 37 minutes.
Or as George said, 23 minutes. Tell him,
He said it
George.
was 30.
Tell him,
I
George.
cut 7 minutes out
Thank
of it.
you. I appreciate that.
So
So Trudell, how do you feel about tonight? You think Rockets? I mean, Rockets are a young, fast team, not good for the Lakers formula.
Or do you think maybe it'll be like the Lakers get like a 20-point lead and then blow it towards the end?
That also could happen.
That's kind of modern NBA. Every night at League Pass, you get up by 20, and the other team's going to cut it down some. I think that the athleticism that Houston has, Chris, it's a great question, and I'm impressed that you asked, and I don't Cappy could get quite that insider degree.
Whoa!
That was pretty good.
Damn.
The way,
Welcome aboard.
He's just mad because I've talked about his black suit that he says is
No, I'm
brown.
not mad.
He bought a
Brown.
brown suit, but it's a black suit.
I'm a big Cappy fan. We already established
It's
that.
brown, bro.
The fact that I'm George's side piece has made you upset at
Yes,
times.
it is very
is
it's
what I
upset
understand.
me. No, it has
Trudell's
upset
leaned
me.
into the side piece
It has
thing.
Yeah,
upset
but
me.
that's beside this point. So what the whole difference with Houston, they switch everything, which is
Cappy has
given the
been known as a
Lakers.
switch hitter too at times.
Is that right?
Goes both ways.
Do you start right or left?
I start left.
Okay. And
Always.
the way that like this matchup, they haven't played in this since they got Luka, of course. So
Right.
the earlier matchup against Houston was pre-Luka. So JJ introduced some concepts on offense, which were great against Memphis. I'm curious to see how they work against Houston, who's a little better on defense.
Okay, I like
Yeah.
it. But
I like how Lakers. If I had to pick who's going to win the game, I'll take the Lakers, even though Houston's hot.
I was
would
impressed
too.
Saturday. I was impressed Saturday.
Yeah.
And here's the thing, though. Why did Memphis fire their head coach? Has anybody
Yeah,
really figured
what's
that
going
out
on
yet?
with Taylor? Your boy Zach Kleiman, right?
Yeah, they're like there's 4 or 5 reasons that I heard. But,
He used to work for the Lakers, right?
so Zach was a PR intern when I
Yeah.
first started
I
in
remember,
2008. Yeah, and so and then he went to law school at Duke. Eventually, he took over, and now he's running the whole thing.
Cappy, why didn't you go to law school at Duke?
I don't know, man. I thought about going to law school. Duke was not part of it. I mean, it was more like,
Couldn't you have taken a 5th year and kick there?
I should. Or
Back
you
then,
could have gotten your grad
Dude,
degree.
Cappy would have been one of those like 8th or 9th
You'd have
year
been a
seniors
stud
for
there.
sure in
Totally.
today's day and age.
Right, of course.
Because you were already at a power school.
Yeah, Duke kind of. I don't know that Duke was going to let me into their law school. You know, maybe Dookie You know, it'd be more my style of school. You know what I'm saying? Everybody knows I got stomach problems, but
he would have been Vince Vaughn in old school. That's who Cappy would have been, right? Sedano? Like
you have some of those
Does he
traits.
smoke cigarettes?
No, but just like the fraternity off-site and
yeah,
holding on to the memories.
Right, exactly. Like, hey, don't tell your wives. You know, we're gonna have parties and we're gonna live a double life.
I am. Look, I'd rather hear Cappy talk about this. Do you want the answer about Taylor Jenkins, George, or do you?
Oh yeah, go ahead. What did they say
Nah,
when you guys were there? Did you like? What did they say to you when you were
I'm
there?
just saying, I'm always happy for a Cappy diversion.
I am genuinely curious. What did they say when you guys were there?
Yeah, I think the short part of it is there were hints last summer when they basically forced all of Jenkins' assistants out,
right?
And they brought in some of their own hires. That's usually a sign that things are going in one way.
Yeah.
So
Ask Frank Vogel.
If the Grizzlies flame out in the playoffs, I think it probably would have been time for Jenkins to move on. Not that he's not a good coach,
but that sucks because he is a good coach.
That's part of it. It could be some people talk about the connection with Ja, whether that's a thing.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, Ja wanted to run more screen roll. They kind of abandoned that to put in this wheel concept where the ball is more egalitarian spread around the guys on the perimeter.
Egalitarian.
That's part
a
of
basketball term
That
right
was
there.
really wow.
That's a great basketball term.
Well, Cappy, you're an insider, so you've heard that.
More egalitarian talk next.
Everybody gets a touch.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, that's usually
okay, got it.
It's
Cappy, by the way,
egalitarian.
Cappy, it's just more equal.
Cappy, you and I are doing that at East Central tonight.
Yeah, we're gonna have an egalitarian moment. Yeah, we are. Everybody's gonna get a touch.
Hey now.
Well, it sounds like you don't have to worry about anything though after the information that he revealed.
That's right. The Schwanz doesn't work.
No, it does work.
No, you said it doesn't work. You
That's
just
not
said
what I
that
said.
moments
Not
ago.
the same.
You said just moments ago.
Yeah.
I'm not as eager to use it. Does that make sense?
It does, but maybe the reason you're not as eager to use it is because
I have a testosterone blocker and
right.
And
but when I need to, it works.
It goes.
So if we had an egalitarian moment,
okay,
we're ready.
where everybody gets a touch. Okay.
Essentially, George, things weren't going well in Memphis, and usually the head coach
I love how
is the
you
first to
powered
go.
through this.
Good job, Michael.
Well, I'm always thinking of the listener, just like if there's one
No,
out there
you
that
keep
wanted
doing
to
it.
hear the conclusion of that, there it was. Now back to Cappy.
Now back to the definition of egalitarian.
Well, I mean, people know.
Hey, you're
equal.
a linguist, pal. I'll tell you that right now.
Now, does
Very
everybody
impressive.
know that term?
Well,
So,
I
like
think
tomorrow,
most
Ireland and Momo are doing a show together.
Momo would definitely know. She went to Stanford.
So, Live Imaging Tuesday, could I drop an egalitarian?
Well,
John would
it's kind
know,
of like
too,
this
yeah.
with egalitarian. So who is going? Are both of them going to speak about the same? Right.
I don't know.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Is it like with Cappy? What's the device?
Time
they
of
use?
possession?
Time of possession.
Oh,
George
so Cappy's
wins.
time
Always
of possession
favored
George
Cappy's
wins
is
all the
way
time.
ahead. So that it's
Are
not
you
super
implying that-
egalitarian.
Whoa.
He's not even here, and he knows.
Are you implying that Momo might talk more than John?
No, John. They both are great at talking.
I know. I
don't
think that's
know
what he was saying.
But is Mason and Ireland 50-50? Or is it like 65-4?
Well, when Mason's
35?
there,
Is it
it's
40,
65.
60-40?
It's probably 65-35. I
Okay.
think we guess.
What would you say the dynamic is between these two?
It depends on what kind of show we're doing. If we're doing a show like today, you're going to get more Cappy.
Okay.
If we're doing a Dave Pash, you're going to get more Sedano.
Except that day, you got way more Cappy.
Well, yeah, because of the Bill Walton stories.
That's because George
Okay.
was like, "Hey, good, Pash is here. I'm going to go out to the charcuterie board.
I
Here's the
was still
headphones."
there.
You were listening just to make sure I didn't say anything to Pash that might embarrass you.
Embarrass me? You're never going to embarrass me.
Weren't you
Everybody
just at
already
his
knows
house?
what your deal is.
George, weren't you just at his
Except
house?
Pash.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Well, he
referencing.
didn't. I don't know if he. He's too nice to say that you went long. He's like too polite in that sense.
Well, I don't even understand why this is a thing. Like,
What thing?
what were you trying to get out of Pash that you were just?
Oh, no,
wouldn't
no,
They
stop
were
talking?
talking about Bill Walton, obviously, because Pash has worked with Bill for a couple decades, and
course.
Cappy was tight with him.
Kind of like when it's a final for Michael Thompson one day. Not anywhere close. You'll tell all these stories and get on radio shows with that. That's what Cappy basically does.
Well, okay. So I didn't know you were tight with Bill Walton.
Very close.
When was that from? I mean, San Diego, obviously ties.
It was mostly through the Challenge Athletes Foundation, and then thousands and thousands of miles of bike riding together.
Okay.
So
Well,
that's kind of how it all happened.
So I know Luke pretty well, of course, because he was a player when I was covering the team way back in the day.
And then
he
a
became
coach.
Do you want us to have Dave Pash on? You'll tell Luke stories?
Well,
Dave and Luke are pretty tight, actually.
See?
Yeah, Luke's great. Well, I've been thinking about Luke a lot though, because his dad, since he lost his dad, I lost my dad a few years ago. So when you've lost your dad and then somebody else does, it hits you a little different.
I agree.
It's very interesting you say that. Just total side note, I'm calling a 20-second timeout here.
All right.
One of my childhood friends from like my earliest of days, he lost his mom this weekend.
Yeah.
And it was the first of my like childhood friends. I'm talking like preschool, first grade through fifth grade.
Yep.
Is the first of all my friends, close friends, that lost one of his parents. And
Really?
Yeah. And
at your age,
that's a great run.
I know,
for your
right? So there's 4 guys that we all grew up together, and all 4 of us are lucky enough to.
And
all
by
have
the way, that
our
wasn't
parents.
even a shot. That was just legit surprise.
Yeah. And so this is the first guy, 55 years old, to lose one of his parents. So now there's 7 parents rather than 8 parents.
Wow.
And I don't know why. I swear to you guys, I haven't seen his mother in 40 years. It crushed me this weekend.
Yeah, for sure.
It crushed me.
Well, because you have childhood memories of it.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
It's a foundational type of a loss. Yeah.
Yeah.
Stuff. And
Anyway.
on that bright note.
Yeah, where were we? Back to Pash.
I can't really do an egalitarian bit after that. now.
Yeah, yeah. Cappy, why don't you? We'll get back because Michael is here. Let's take advantage of Michael's time here.
And Morales is here.
Right. And, Christopher is
But
always
I'm
welcome.
I'm always here.
He's got a USC thing.
Yeah, he does. But
Well, you
know,
weren't always here.
That's what you
I'm saying.
said.
Right.
What
He's
is it-
back
what
from
does
the
that
dead.
mean? What does that mean?
Yeah.
USC.
He's our DeMar Hamlin.
Yeah, I'm celebrating. It's like it's super
back
exciting that
from
you're
the
back in the
dead.
seat.
Yeah. He's our DeMar Hamlin over there. But we want to take advantage of you being here and talk about the Los Angeles Lakers.
Please, let's do it.
And Luka Doncic and LeBron James and company. So we will do that on the other side. But Cappy will first tell us about his friends at Real Father's Rights.
I would prefer if you say LeBron James, Luka, not and company. LeBron, Luka, Austin and company.
Sure.
The big 3, please. Hey, guys, fathers are essential to a child's well-being. You know this as the dad, and your kid will one day know it as well. And if for some reason you are being sidelined in your child's life right now because very often the legal system, often unfairly, and I say very often and then often, very often the legal system favors mothers in custody disputes. Well, that's why Real Father's Rights is here. We are here to help the dads throughout Southern California get back into the lives of their children because your kid needs you and you need him or her. So get the justice you deserve with the Father's Rights attorneys helping dads navigate family court. Could be child custody, child support, divorce, domestic violence, restraining orders, whatever it is and wherever you are. LA, Orange County, Inland Empire, San Diego, anywhere in Southern California, we are here to help. Let's get real with Mark Real and Real Father's Rights. Here's our phone number, 833-ESPN-710, 833-ESPN-710, and our new website, RFR, like Real Father's Rights, RFR710.com.
The countdown is on. In just 2 days, LAFC battle Inter Miami.
Join Cappy, O'Shea Jackson Jr., producer Lindsay, and I for a special Monday Night Raw watch party here at Hollywood Park Casino. You can win tickets to the biggest wrestling event in Las Vegas, plus a round-trip airfare and a one-night stay. You must be present to win and 21 years or older to enter. Park Party and Play here at Hollywood Park Casino.
2 days away.
And you can live it all here on 710 ESPN.
And the ESPN LA app.
When pain keeps you from doing what you love, Hoag Orthopedic Institute gets you back to you. We are ranked number 18 in the nation and number 1 in Orange County for orthopedic and spine care by U.S. News & World Report. From the surf to the green, our world-class doctors are there, which is why more Californians choose Hoag Orthopedic Institute for orthopedic and spine care more than any other hospital. At Hoag Orthopedic Institute, there is no one better at getting you back to you. Proudly founded by premier physicians in partnership with Hoag. Learn more at HoagOrthopedicInstitute.com.
At Ocean Subaru of Fullerton, we believe you should love who you want to love. And during the Subaru A Lot to Love event, you can lease a brand new 2024 Subaru Crosstrek Premium all-wheel drive for just $329 per month for 36 months with $39.39 due at signing. Visit Ocean Subaru today.
With approved credit through Subaru Motors Finance, not all buyers or vehicles will qualify. Lease for 10,000 miles per year. VIN RH915476. MSRP $39.50 plus tax, tag, title, and doc fee. Zero security deposit. See dealer for complete details. Expires 3/31/2025.
Empower. Tim collects bobbleheads. A lot of bobbleheads. Baseball bobbleheads. Race car bobbleheads. Little Chihuahua bobbleheads. He's got an entire room strictly for bobbleheads. Does he need them? No. Is his wife mad about it? A little. But Tim works with Empower, and he got good at money, so he can be a little bad. Ooh, horse bobblehead. Classy, Tim. Empower. Invest well, live a little. Start today at empower.com.
Michelle Smallman here. Do you want to be at the draft in Green Bay, Wisconsin? Travel Wisconsin is sending 10 lucky fans and a guest to the draft. Experience the thrill of the draft firsthand and make memories that will last a lifetime. Don't wait. Enter Travel Wisconsin's Dream Draft Sweepstakes. Visit travelwisconsin.com/draft to learn how you can win a trip to experience the biggest moment of the offseason. Epic moments that become lifelong memories are waiting to be discovered across Wisconsin. Terms and conditions apply.
12 minutes in front of 4 o'clock. Sedano and Kap, your Monday afternoon.
Oh, Selena.
Yes, Selena. Now, also on this show today.
Heard about Yolanda, right?
I did hear.
Yes, come on.
Saldivar if you needed to know.
It's like when LZ on the old morning show started crying talking about Selena.
Do you remember that?
I do remember
that.
that.
Was hilarious.
And Keyshawn was like,
Literally?
man, what's wrong with you?
And I'm like, are you crying? I go, I'm Hispanic and I'm not even crying.
Right.
I cried.
Well, you cried when it happened.
Right.
Yeah.
He cried on the day of one of the anniversaries
Right.
on an OTD.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Hey, you never know how stuff hits somebody.
That's true.
Listen,
Shadel's
man.
right.
I love
never know how
LZ,
stuff hits
but
somebody.
that one is he never is going to look that one down. Come on.
On this show, all week long, keep listening for your chance to win tickets to SoFi Stadium Saturday, Laura, right?
Correct, sir.
For U.S. women's national team versus Brazil, the rematch.
Brazil.
All you got to wait for is for producer Laura to tell you to call in and be caller number 7. When you hear that, be caller number 7 and you win a pair of tickets all week long right here on Sedano Kap. Mike Trudell in here getting us ready for Lakers basketball.
I'm sorry, Cappy. Are you crying right now?
It's emotional.
Your eyes do look
It's
a
emotional.
little misty.
Well, his eyes
If you're
always
making
look-
fun of LZ, don't make me call him.
No, it's emotional.
Laura will get him on speed dial
Oh, I
quick.
will, because
Then you'll really start crying.
It's emotional.
If LZ, if
I
LZ
should call LZ.
You should.
It's more
Should.
like
Let me text him.
It's more like a my cry.
Graham.
My
It's
cry cry is is more more like a Sasaki kind of a cry.
Well, Chris, am I
You know what I
Oh,
mean?
don't
wrong?
come
Or
at
his eyes a little
Sasaki,
watery?
man.
Well, his eyes are always red,
No,
Cappy's
my eyes
eyes.
should be.
Oh,
My
no,
eyes
it's
should be pretty
the-
white right
this
now.
thing, yeah.
My eyes
He
should be
says
pretty
it's
white
the
right
lights.
now.
No,
Yeah.
let me see.
My eyes should be pretty white right now. I used a
No,
little
it's
bit of
the
my stuff.
insides, though.
Yeah. There's a little redness.
Okay. Just making sure you're all right.
Yeah. No, I'm not crying.
Okay.
I'm not that emotional.
It's okay.
though.
It's okay to cry.
No, it's okay. I'm all right with crying.
Yeah.
This doesn't make me cry.
Okay. Good.
Yeah.
Cappy, I was at a wedding.
You see, now that makes me cry. Like weddings make me
I was
cry.
just going to ask you because I saw a bunch of people
All
crying
weddings?
at the wedding.
No, a lot of
Did you
weddings
cry?
make me cry.
Did you
Yeah,
cry,
I could
Sedano?
totally understand that. I saw a ton of people crying at this wedding.
Yeah, a lot of people.
Like of happiness, you know?
Of course.
Yeah, like and in some cases sadness, because like
Maybe, yeah.
like if they're getting married and like there's a guy like me going, hey, just so you know, later on, should anything happen, here's Mark Reel's number from Real Father's Rights. You know what I mean?
You better hope Rachel didn't
Right,
hear that.
Right? Why?
Your future bride.
Yeah, but they're not having any children together.
Well, that's true.
Wait, Cappy.
Wait, you're going to have children together?
Well, no.
Well,
I
I
thought
don't-
you were.
Yeah, I'm snipped.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm snipped.
Oh,
and
me too, Cappy.
I don't think
You're going to undo it?
Yeah. No. I've heard it's too painful to undo.
I was just going to say, and expensive. And you're
Right,
cheap.
Right. Well, the thing is that health insurance doesn't cover that.
Oh, there you go.
know what I mean? Like if health insurance covered it, I might be willing to consider it.
My surgeon.
She wouldn't want to have
No.
No, the urologist who did mine told me that it's not necessarily more painful than the first time.
Well,
You know what I'm saying?
I only know one guy that had a vasectomy reversal.
Yeah.
Right.
And he said it was the most painful thing he ever did in his life. And
Really?
It didn't work.
It didn't work. Like the
work.
reversal didn't work.
That's
Okay.
correct.
Anecdotal and yet not appealing with
Right.
the way that he describes
Right.
it.
So the
Okay.
guy continued to shoot blanks after he thought that he was locked and loaded.
Wow.
You understand what I'm saying?
then-
Yeah, we
I
got
think
it.
we got it. Yeah.
That's tough.
I don't think there was
Always
any
extra.
confusion on that one.
Always extra.
The use of the word blanks made it pretty clear. You should scramble the fighters though one more time,
You think so?
just to see what happens.
I don't know, man. I don't think it'll work. I don't think so.
Well, so my boys just started going to a new school last year out by where we live, and one of their good friends, the father, just had a child, and he just turned 60, and which has been very impressive to me. You know, kind of in that, is it Pacino or De Niro that just had a kid? He's like
De
almost
Niro.
80.
De Niro.
Was it De Niro? Okay.
No, I thought it was
maybe
Pacino.
Maybe
was
Pacino. Yeah.
Yeah, and then like Mick Jagger, right? Apparently in his day. So
And
I said,
and-
"You're good. You've got another 20 years before you have to worry about it." With
And the lady that is the partner, how old do you suppose she is? If he's 60.
you know, probably 20 to 25 years younger.
Okay.
Yeah,
And is
40s.
this a second family for this gentleman? Do you know?
Second family?
Yeah, like meaning like he already had kids, they're adults, and he's doing it all over again.
Yes, so different, two different mothers.
All right, yeah. I only ask because I do know some guys that are in their late 50s, early 60s that are like, yeah, my son's 25, my other son's 22. You know what? Now I've cashed in, much younger, better looking bride, and I'm ready to start another family.
Well, so take the whole looks and the bride out of it. The point is that
What's wrong with you?
The point is, Cappy, you can do this if you want. That's all I'm trying to say. I was just trying to give you an anecdote of support as opposed to
If you wanted to, but you wouldn't want it to.
Never. No
Let me tell you,
chance.
the first, no offense, any parent can attest to this. The first 6 months of having a child are miserable. Fair or unfair?
I think it's totally fair.
I mean,
It's
you don't sleep basically
Wow.
for 6
I
months.
don't want
but
anything.
you've got your kid though.
No. I'm not saying there are not moments of joy,
Yeah.
but there are way more moments of misery because you're always tired.
I mean, I would still say the joy over misery. I think is the appropriate.
Thanks
It's
for
pretty
the
bad.
honesty, Sedano.
I'll tell you guys
Thank
this.
God, because my first, she slept great. Like within 2 months, she was sleeping.
Well,
the second one, he took like 6. That was
as
rough.
you know, we had twins to start,
Right,
Okay,
which
so
is
it was
even
two, so
harder.
there was no sleeping whatsoever. But still, I'm not. I don't reflect back and be like, oh, that was terrible. I
I
do still think
reflect
it's
back
more
and
positive.
say I would never do that again. Yeah.
Hey, just wait. By the way, my daughter, who's 18, who's a freshman at Cal Poly SLO, her spring break ended.
Is she having a baby?
No,
You gonna be a granddad?
No, thank God.
Damn,
Hopefully
George.
not. Hopefully not. Hopefully
Now
not.
I was going
George.
to say I only bought her a Lomi. You
Trying
know?
to actually make him cry.
But here's the deal. This morning at 4:15 a.m., 4:15 a.m., she comes into my room. Let's go, Dad. Wake up. Let's go. I go, what are you talking about? Go where? She goes, I'm going back to school. I said, so what do you want from me? She said, the train is at 4:40 a.m. I need you to drive me to the train station.
Can't Uber?
Well, that's okay. See, that's what I thought. I was like, girl, Uber to the train station. And then I thought, what a terrible parent.
Yeah, and that's sweet. It's sweet
What
you
a
wanted dad
terrible
to be
parent
involved.
I am.
What if
to
Rachel was in there?
in the bedroom with me?
Yeah. What if you weren't fully clothed?
Well, we're never fully clothed.
I was just going to
in
say,
bed.
you sleep naked, right?
Yeah. Oh, butt naked.
Yeah.
Completely.
Well,
And
she's nothing wrong with nudity.
Yeah, she's just a bottomless.
Rachel?
Thanks for the info.
Yeah, she's bottomless. I'm naked.
Thanks
fully
for
naked.
sharing that.
Right.
Okay.
What, Brian?
No
You
air
don't-
conditioning.
Brian, you're married. What, you don't? Doesn't your wife sleep bottomless?
Well, we didn't know who you were referencing.
Yes.
Gotta be free. Yeah, you got to be free.
As the song says, everybody's free to feel good.
I thought where this
So
was
they
going.
say-
I heard that a lot in Palm Springs over the weekend.
Oh,
is that
yeah,
right?
that tracks.
Really?
Well, so April Fool's is tomorrow.
Oh.
And the best April Fool's joke that I had to my parents was calling them and convincing them that my younger sister was pregnant.
Ooh.
And so I thought maybe that's
Wow.
what George was getting at, with your 18-year-old daughter,
God.
which again I was a little uncomfortable
Yeah. No,
when
I
he
am
said
too.
it, but I thought maybe that's where he was
Cappy,
going.
you would not. I mean, you have no desire to be a grandparent anytime
Not yet.
soon. Yeah.
Not yet. No.
Maybe for April Fool's tomorrow, you should go bottomless.
In here?
No, with Rachel.
Oh, I thought you meant like sitting down.
Right,
No,
you should
no,
just
no.
wear a shirt.
Yeah, right.
And only a shirt.
Right, have my tush right here on this chair.
Is there a good Sedano Kap April Fool's thing that you could
We
pull
haven't
out
really
Ireland
done that in
tomorrow?
the
The
past.
Just
fact
wait.
that Cap's still on the air here is a pretty good April
right,
Fool's joke.
Right.
Yeah.
It's only gonna. It's not gonna last that much longer, Michael Trudell. You got to take it while you got it.
Here's the thing. The good thing is they can say that, and
Yeah.
it's so laughable because you're Cappy and
Yeah.
we love you and everybody loves you that it's not even threatening.
Nah, not
You know
even.
what I'm saying?
No,
Please, if he was gone, you would want that job in 2 seconds. You'd be hitting me up.
is that true?
Well, you'd be the guy, probably.
Honestly, that probably is true. Like, aren't you getting a little time? Wouldn't mornings suit your schedule a little
Mornings
better?
would be great. Mornings would be awesome. I'd love mornings. I've tried 6 to 9 a.m.
No, not 6.
7
7
to
to 10.
9?
7 to 10.
7 to 10.
And you could still drop your daughter off.
So
7
now
to
we
10,
got
yeah.
Clinton and friends, so now it's not going to happen.
Now I'm totally screwed.
Yeah.
So now I can't have mornings.
No.
Yeah.
It would've
Unless
been-
you would be one of the friends.
Yeah, you could be one of the friends.
Oh no, I'm clearly not a friend. I'm a friend off air in life, but
Yeah.
I'm not a friend on air.
Why is that?
You ask Clinton. I don't know.
You haven't been on the air?
Have not. Not only have I not been on.
Yeah.
I've listened
I
to that
was
show
on Clinton's show.
so well.
Yeah.
Yeah, me
I
too.
guess the way he sort of bills you guys is here's George Sedano. You see him on ESPN's Around the Horn.
Right.
You see him on,
Not for
on
much longer,
sidelines.
Yeah,
of-
unfortunately.
Of
R.I.P.
NBA games.
But you're going to be doing other stuff.
You know? And then he says, hey, here's Mike Trudell. He's the Lakers sideline reporter. Like, he can build you guys up to sell you to a national audience.
Yeah.
Clearly, Clinton doesn't think he can sell me.
You're unsellable?
Apparently so.
Kate's could
Has
tell
he
you.
heard your Avner Gat commercials?
I guess he hasn't.
Oh, I got to call Avner.
Hello.
All right. Hello. All right, Trudeau. We
did a lot of Lakers there.
Yeah, we will actually do Lakers.
I'm ready, but just went in a
we
different
will
direction.
actually do Lakers. How about that? Enough of that. All right, we'll get to that in a second. Stick around, 710 ESPN.
Travis
I'm
Rogers.
Doug.
And I'm Damon.
And we want to buy your house.
Let Seller's Advantage show you how we can give you more.
No fees, no commissions, and no repairs. Just a fair cash offer that can close in just a few days.
Check out our Google reviews.
And call Seller's Advantage today or visit sellersadvantage.com.
Figure out how to fix stuff. I got nothing.
Didn't you have the old
Literally nothing.
ColecoVision games?
Yeah.
You couldn't fix those? Like if the wire broke, you couldn't solder it back?
Oh, hell no.
Really? Oh my
No.
God.
No,
you were that kid.
You
Oh,
just
no.
basically asked me to split the atom.
Really?
I've got nothing
To
for
solder one little wire
you.
back
Here
together.
is
Oh,
so
I guess you didn't want the game.
My Mattel football with
Yeah.
the red dots
Yes, yes.
stops working. Okay, here's
Yeah.
my first move.
Yes.
Replace the battery.
Right.
into the trash can.
You threw it away?
I don't know how to fix it.
You were that kid. Give it to me. I'd fix all your stuff.
Weekday mornings at 9 a.m.
It's Travis and DeMarco
on 710 ESPN.
Right now, caller number 7. Call 877-710-ESPN. That's 877-710-3776. Caller number 7, you can win a pair of tickets for this Saturday and for the U.S. national team taking on Brazil, a rematch of the women's gold medal soccer match. Get your tickets at Ticketmaster or go to SoFiStadium.com. But if you're caller 7, you can win them here at 710 ESPN.
Hey, it's Mace. Looking for some fun and excitement? You got to check out Chumba Casino. It's 100% free to play. No purchase required. Enjoy hundreds of thrilling social casino games anytime, anywhere, like bingo, slingo, slots, and solitaire. Get in the action. Play now for a chance to redeem some serious prizes at ChumbaCasino.com.
Available only to players in the U.S., excluding Delaware, Washington, Michigan, Montana, Connecticut, and Nevada, and Canada, excluding Quebec. No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
Hey guys, you feel it? Days are getting longer, sun is getting warmer. Looks like our SoCal summer is right around the corner. Here in California, we are all about choosing chill. From hitting the beach to the best hiking trails to going all out to support our teams. One thing really all ties it together, and that's enjoying it all with good friends and a cold Coors Light. Pick up Coors Light near you or get it delivered to your door today. Visit CAChooseChill.com to learn more. 2025 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. Celebrate responsibly.
The LPGA Tour returns to Los Angeles for the JM Eagle LA Championship, presented by Plastpro, April 17th through the 20th at El Caballero Country Club. Come watch 144 of the world's best female golfers, including standout LPGA superstar Nelly Korda and back-to-back champion Hannah Green. Tickets start at just $25. First responders, military, kids under 18, and those affected by the Eaton and Palisades fires get in free. Get your tickets today at jmeagleLAchampionship.com.
Children's Hospital Los Angeles is a leader in breakthrough pediatric care, treating complex cases and advancing life-saving research. In support of CHLA's 10th annual Make March Matter campaign, ESPN LA is auctioning off exclusive 710 appearances to help fund critical treatments for children. Every dollar raised supports CHLA's essential work to provide expert care, innovative therapies, and hope to families in need. Visit 710forchla.com to bid and make a difference for kids today.
Hi, it's LeBron. The Lakers play here.
710 ESPN.
KSPN, Los Angeles.
A Good Karma Brands radio station.
4 o'clock in the Southway End.
Look at that, on time.
It is odd on time. Sedano and Kap on a Monday afternoon, getting ready for Lakers basketball tonight. Lakers Rockets. That's why Trudell's here. But before we get to Lakers talk, we doing what you need to know?
We can if you guys want to do it.
See, brought to you by Morongo Casino Resort and Spa. Good times, just in 90 minutes from wherever you are.
Don't forget, 710forchla.com. Today's the final day.
Or as Billy Mack would say, Morongo.
Exactly. Take it away, Laura.
Oh, I started singing. My bad. All right, guys. So the Dodgers are hot, and they're 5-0. But they're also hot on the charts because I sent you guys a top 10 of the MLB jerseys and number 1 was Shohei Ohtani.
Yeah.
Number 2 was Freddie Freeman.
Right.
Number 4 was Mookie Betts.
Yeah.
And rounding up the top 10, Yamamoto. But they also have 2 other players in the top 20.
Yeah.
Clayton Kershaw, number 11, so
Still,
just off
wow.
of the top 10. And Kike Hernandez,
Kike.
number 16. Kike is so loved. So that's what you guys need to know, that the Dodgers are killing it on jersey sales, too.
There you go.
Hey, by the way, just a quick note on the Dodgers. How about this weekend? For all the talk about Mookie.
Dude, that home run was awesome.
The weight
Amazing.
loss and how weak he is and how it's going to take him time to come back. And he hits that game-winning walk-off home run. And somebody checked me on this, but I believe that was his second home run in that same game.
Yeah,
I mean,
it was.
That was amazing. I mean, he's like 112 pounds hitting these bomb home runs. Seriously, because he talked about losing like 20-some-odd pounds over that whole Japan trip.
Mm-hmm.
Amazing. Absolutely incredible. Back to you, George.
Phenomenal.
Really quick, guys. Shout out to Armando Alvarez, who won for the women's ticket.
Beautiful.
He also said that he did that he had his snips, and he reversed it, and it wasn't that bad.
Oh, there you go. See, Cappy?
Did he say it was successful?
I don't know. He's still on the line, but I could ask.
Did he ask him if he
Hold
was
on.
Don't hang up on him.
Ask Armando. Armando.
We want to know if he scrambled the fighters.
That's the thing,
Armando,
right?
was it a successful surgery?
Oh, I have 2 beautiful girls. They're
15 and 16. And let me tell you, they're not the Kardashians. Those are the Alvarez girls.
All right,
they
I love
are
it.
Gorgeous.
Okay.
I love it.
Wait,
Yeah.
just real quick. So you had a vasectomy how long ago? How many years ago was this?
Oh, God. Well, my my oldest one's going to be 16. So, and it's crazy because I got a couple of prices. It was $20,000.
What?
This girl told me about 20 grand. So this girl that I know in Ventura, she tells me, Mondo, I'm doing the same thing, same age, same difference. And she says, go to this doctor, Beverly Hills, $9,000. Hers didn't work. Her husband's didn't work. Mine did. He was a güero, and I was a Mexicano. So
that could be it.
He was a what?
Cappy's a güero.
A white person.
What did he call it, though?
Güero.
A güero.
Armando, by the way, congrats on winning the tickets, bro.
Yeah, this guy, he spent 20 grand on a vasectomy reversal and had 2 kids? Wow,
That's
that's
what he said.
impressive. That's real impressive.
Well, it's a good thing you've got all these side businesses that Morales is talking to you about.
I don't
so
know.
you've
You got
the
20
funding.
grand to get the reversal?
No, definitely not. Not for that. No way, man. Because I don't want to have any other kids.
The way you just said "no way, man" was kind of like your Gruden.
I'll tell you what, man. There's no way, man. No way, man. I'm not getting a reversal of a vasectomy, man. I already got one son, Deuce.
Michael.
Yeah.
Apparently, Laura says there's a surprise in the next segment. So let's get into Lakers now so we can get to the surprise.
Is LeBron coming on?
I don't know. Surprise is what she said.
Is that what's happening? LeBron?
Maybe LeBron.
Dave Pash is going to dial in from his comment.
Maybe. You never know.
I got more Walton stories to tell.
In that case, I'll just leave early.
Yeah.
Go hardcore Lakers now. Let's go.
All right, give me hardcore Lakers right now as to why the road trip why are they so bad on the road as opposed to at home? Like, let's start with something as simple as that, because that's a question that people are asking. Like, you go on the street like, hey man, Lakers are great at home, right? But they stink on the road. Why do they stink on the road, Michael?
I mean, I don't think they stink on the road.
I mean, they're
this
not
should have
good.
been a 3-1 trip. Right.
Should have been. Right. Let's not do that.
I mean, they should not have lost to Chicago.
No, I mean, that took like a...
Well, how did that feel on the receiving end of that?
Well, I was standing underneath the rim where the ball went through.
Ooh.
So, because I was about to do the walk-off with Reeves, right? Because Reeves, in theory, wins the game that they had already won.
Right.
And then the giddy shot goes up at half court.
But wait.
So I just watch it go in, and I was stunned like everyone else.
But you're under the rim. Are you standing there also when LeBron tries to make the inbound pass?
No. So I'm kind of
This is after
lurking.
Austin scored with 3 seconds left.
So I'm
but I'm
sort
wondering
of,
where you
so
were.
I have a seat courtside, but if there's going to be a potential walk-off moment, then you have to kind of make
be
your
ready.
way
Yeah, of
to
course.
get onto the court so that you don't get caught in the mob. So I'm like basically standing, I'm like crouching right behind the basket because so that I can get through the angle, like the walkout or the run through lane.
Got it.
Yeah. And so I see the ball, I have this perfect view of the giddy shot, just this beautifully arced shot that goes straight through.
And when he let go of it and you could see it coming, you were like, wait. Whoa,
Yeah, it
wait,
looked good. It
hold
looked good
on,
right
wait.
away.
Oh,
and I
no.
I almost knew it was going to go in just based on the fact that everything they threw up in the fourth quarter went in. But that's neither here nor there. I guess it's related to part of it.
So back to the original question, which is why are they bad on the road?
I'll first put it like this. Early in the season, they were bad on the road, George, in part because I think this is, LeBron, year 22, new coach, AD and LeBron had been there before. They were energized by the home crowd and played very well at home. But on the road, they weren't really matching the energy of a lot of these opponents. That was at Minnesota, at Miami, were that back-to-back. Then JJ met with LeBron, and they've been pretty good everywhere since.
Yeah.
For these last couple months. Now, since they got Luka, of course, new era, they've been good home and road when they've been even reasonably healthy. The time where they lost a lot of these
There's
games.
a lot of caveats here, I feel like. Reasonably healthy, should have won.
New era.
Yeah, I mean,
Don't forget about that.
New
Luka
era.
right,
Yeah. Hashtag new era.
Right.
This is
Do
why
they use that on the Lakers Twitter handle too? Like, hashtag new era when Luka's been here or no?
I haven't seen that.
Oh, okay.
But this is why you need me, though. I'm trying to explain.
We're just ping-ponging along the way.
Somebody's got to give you a hard time.
Yeah.
Can't just give the propaganda without any pushback.
This is not propaganda, as I try to remind people. I am from Minnesota.
You guys busting your
not a
freaking
Laker
balls
fan.
over here.
Yeah. So, guys.
Keep it going, Michael.
You know what, Cappy? Do you need a side piece?
You know
Oh,
what?
look at that.
Yeah. I would love to have you as
Okay,
my side
because,
piece.
you know,
Careful,
the way that
you may
George-
get into a threesome.
The way that George is talking to me right now, I'm thinking about jumping
triplet action.
thinking about going over to the other side in
Yeah.
San Diego.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, George.
Yes, so
can
you
I
were
continue?
saying.
Should I continue?
Yeah, feel free.
Okay. So the only game that they've lost when they've been fully healthy these last couple of weeks.
Not even that one because LeBron was out for 4 minutes.
So that's the thing. So like the reason the team went
the
into
Lakers should be undefeated, is what you're saying on the road.
I think the Lakers are about I think they're about the 4th best team in the league.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fine. But that doesn't mean that they're good on the road.
They are good on the road since they got Luka when they're even reasonably healthy. And by that I mean LeBron and Rui don't miss the game like any other team.
Okay.
If any other team except for OKC, who's good no matter who's in the lineup or not. Yeah. And Boston is pretty much Boston and OKC are kind of on their own. Yeah. Anybody else that's missing 2 key front court members are not going to win a lot.
Okay, let me ask you this, because George starts with why are they not good on the road, and it's obvious that you can see the home record versus the road record, and that's why one looks so much better than the other.
It's a good summary, Cap.
Thank you. Why?
And very efficient.
Thank you. Why are they giving up these massive leads? Now, you talk about it happens on League Pass every night. Teams give up
that
big
was me
leads.
and Andy, but Mike wasn't here, but I was sure Mike would attest to the same thing.
He just said League Pass. That's why it sticks out.
No, Cappy, you're right. He wasn't listening to me.
Right. He doesn't listen. He was on his phone. Okay.
I wasn't on my phone.
Okay. So
my phone's in my pocket.
So, all right. So the question of why are they giving up big leads?
Yeah.
You guys both said the same thing, which is it happens every night in the NBA, right?
Well,
But I think
the short answer is human nature. That's why.
And 3 balls.
Yeah.
When you say human nature,
lasers.
Keep going.
Well, so when you get up big, especially early, which the Lakers have been doing, because like with Luka, LeBron, and Austin Reeves is kind of overwhelming for a lot of teams offensively. They're getting great looks. The vibe is good. The chemistry is good.
Good vibes.
So they're getting these leads.
Only.
But every team in the NBA now, even the bad teams are talented. The talented super spread out across the league. So once a team gets up big, this is a little bit like in football. Of course, you're a big time kicker. Right.
I mean, like a lifetime ago.
Why does the term prevent defense exist?
Mm-hmm.
Because when you get up, it's very difficult to keep the same energy and the same intensity that you built the lead when the other team is now entered desperation mode because they have to.
Yeah, keep that same energy, Cap.
And that's what I meant about the NBA every night in League Pass. So if a team goes up early, inevitably the opponent will make a run. And most of the time, the Lakers do hold on to win those games. Okay? Now, they didn't in Orlando. They were up like by 9 early. And Chicago is the most glaring example. Indiana also makes the big comeback before the Lakers ultimately put them away. And then Memphis cut it down and actually took a lead in the 4th before the Lakers. But like usually what happens is the team that gets up big, they take on this big run from the other team, but usually then they retake the lead because of the energy required by the team that's trailing to get back into the game. And that's the formula, so it's no different for the Lakers. Like they're ultimately fine.
I mean, I guess my first thought was that people would probably say, well, the reason that the Lakers give up these big leads is because they're older and therefore, these guys get tired. But the problem is...
No, hey, let me stop you there because that's actually a fair point.
Okay.
So LeBron answered this question in Charlotte. The Lakers are up huge. Okay, the Hornets come back. I don't know if you remember the game. AD completely dominated, and they were up by like 25 in the first half.
Yeah, they destroyed destroyed Mark Williams.
So Charlotte late gets all these threes to fall, whatever. It ends up being a close game. And afterwards, somebody asked LeBron, okay, well, so what's going on here? And he was essentially like, look, my focus is winning the game. Okay? Some teams keep that pedal down, especially teams that haven't won before. And this is where the youth comes into play. OKC has not won before. That pedal is down. Okay? The gas is down the whole game. They are not letting up. Teams that have won before, and LeBron, who's seen it all in year 22, is not necessarily needing to beat a team by 25. And so sometimes that can bite you in a regular season context. Where it won't happen, Cappy, is in a postseason context.
Yeah,
you won't see that from the Lakers in the postseason.
I mean, a lot of Shaq-led teams were like that after he had won. You know what I'm saying? Like there was very much the regular season is not worth hitting the pedal to the metal.
Most teams, even Boston now being a couple games behind Cleveland. Like part of that, they're just like, okay, yes, we get it. Cleveland's hot, but
that's cute.
We'll see it. Yeah. Which we were talking about the other day. So that I hope that answers your question. But
does it?
Well, it does, because I think a lot of people's natural inclination is to say, well, the Lakers are old. That's why they wind up giving up these big leads. And I always say to people, I go, when you say they're old, outside of LeBron, who's old?
No, they're really young outside of LeBron, right? Luka and Austin are 26.
Yeah.
Rui is I think 26 or 27. Dalton Connect is like 23. Vincent is just around 30. Like they are.
He's still in his prime.
Yeah, I mean, I think about Dorian Finney-Smith.
Vanderbilt's
I think about
like 27.
Right. So like when everybody says that the Lakers are old, I go, no, LeBron's old.
Yeah, but LeBron is the leader emotionally, right? And so he is old. He knows that. And that's what I said to George
Excellent point.
Early in
He's
the
old.
season, when like your leader is the oldest player in the league, that's gonna impact things just a little bit relative to somebody led by a 22-year-old.
Excellent analysis, Michael.
Nice job by you,
All right.
Mike.
Thanks for.
We
giving me
have
hard
a
time first.
surprise guest with their name starts with an L.
With an L.
Yes.
And it's not Laura.
Is it Luca?
Maybe.
We'll find out on the other side. But first, you're cruising to a friend's house, music up, windows down, then bam! Some reckless driver ruins your whole night. Now what? You call Jacob at 844-24-JACOB. Tell him Sedano, Mason, and the crew at 710 sent you. Don't let the insurance company play games with you. Don't wait around hoping your back pain just goes away. Don't let the other driver flip the story on you. And definitely don't let the insurance company convince you to settle for less than you deserve. Don't wait. Don't second guess. Call Jacob at 844-24-JACOB. Tell him Sedano, Mason, and the crew at 710 sent you. There's a reason I have his number saved in my phone, and you should too. 844-24-JACOB. Jacob and his team, they know exactly what to do next. They'll make sure you see the right doctor. Even if you don't have health insurance, they'll handle the car repairs, the rental. They'll deal with the insurance company directly, so you don't have to do any of that stuff. And if you want to sit down face-to-face, Jacob and his team will come to you, or you can meet at his office. Jacob makes it simple. He makes it easy. And most importantly, he makes sure you get paid what you deserve. So call him at 844-24-JACOB. Call Jacob at 844-24-JACOB or visit him online at calljacob.com. And if you or a loved one, by the way, has been injured or lost property due to the recent wildfires, lawsuits have been filed against those responsible. So please call Jacob for a free case evaluation or help reviewing your insurance policy and claims. And that's all completely free thanks to our friend Jacob and Ronnie. So call him at 844-24-JACOB, 844-24-JACOB, or visit him online at calljacob.com.
Join Kathy, O'Shea Jackson Jr., producer Lindsay, and I for a special Monday Night Raw watch party here at Hollywood Park Casino. You can win tickets to the biggest wrestling event in Las Vegas, plus a round-trip airfare and a one-night stay. You must be present to win and 21 years or older to enter. Park party and play here at Hollywood Park Casino.
Suwanga Busquets. LAFC versus Inter Miami.
Oh, my goodness, Denise!
2 days away. And you can live it all here on 710 ESPN and the ESPN LA app.
Hey, guys, it's Cap. Here's the scenario. Your home is flooded and the damage is severe. Now it feels like your insurance company is turning on you. They won't approve a replacement living arrangement, and the adjuster leaves you in the lurch. Take a breath and call Avner Gatt, one of Southern California's largest public adjuster firms. Avner Gatt knows how to fight back when your insurance company makes you feel like a criminal, leaving you with no hope of getting into your home and getting it all back together. With decades of experience and a passion for helping people, Avner and his family take the call themselves. So whether you have a toilet overflow, a broken water line, a burst supply line, a broken fire sprinkler, whatever the water damage is, you call Avner Gatt today at 818-917-5256, or you go to avnergatt.com. It's 818-917-5256 or avnergatt.com. You call, Avner answers, he says hello. Your claim is our game. avnergatt.com.
Finally figured out that the only thing that's actually crazy is not watching college ball at Morongo. Now your top reasons to visit Morongo.
College B-Ball's biggest games on our big screens everywhere you eat, stay, and play.
Number 2.
Desi Banks, live April 25th.
And the number 1 reason.
Molson's Happy Hour is actually several hours. Get half-price brews, bites, and cocktails Monday to Thursday, 2 to 5 p. and Friday, noon to 5.
Morongo, good times.
At Ocean Subaru of Fullerton, we believe you should love who you want to love. And during the Subaru A Lot to Love event, you can lease a brand new 2024 Subaru Crosstrek Premium all-wheel drive for just $329 per month for 36 months with $39.39 due at signing. Visit Ocean Subaru today.
With approved credit through Subaru Motors Finance, not all buyers or vehicles will qualify. Lease for 10,000 miles per year. VIN RH915476. MSRP $39.50 plus tax, tag, title, and dot. Zero security deposit. See dealer for complete details. Expires 3/31/2025.
When you're in the thick of a project, Harbor Freight is the place that always comes in handy. Whether you're picking up something for your pickup truck or a power tool for your project, at Harbor Freight, your dollar always goes further. And these days, when everything seems to cost more, you can take pride in knowing that you get hard-working tools at hard-working prices. Whatever you do, do it for less at Harbor Freight.
Switching to Progressive is a game-winning call. And that reminds us of other game-winning calls in the history of sports.
So it was the fourth quarter and we're down by 5. Sweat pouring down my face. Suddenly it hit me. If only I could wrap part of the towel around my forehead. And that's how I became the first basketball player to wear a headband.
Okay, not really a game-winning call, but it was a good call. You can make one too. Switch to Progressive and you could save hundreds. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states.
Oh, look at that.
I could fall in love with you, Trudell. 418 on Sedano and Cappy.
He's looking lean and mean these days, Trudell.
He does look lean.
And that brown suit that we thought was black.
Yeah,
it's really nice.
It's brown, but
it is brown in the light. I saw it.
But I don't mean to be defensive about it. If it looks black to you, that's fine.
No.
You know?
And I don't mean to be too forward, but you fill out those trousers nicely.
Wow.
Wow.
Thanks, Morales. You know, look, on the
Wow.
road, we just got back from a
I'm
week-long
just saying.
trip.
And he's like, if you go to a sushi place and they've got the red bottle versus the green bottle for like low sodium versus high sodium.
Well, I now have to take. I can't even have.
You
the
can't
low
even have the
sodium.
low sodium.
I was going to say, Trudell seems like a low sodium type dude. You know, which would be
Oh,
perfect
I'm a
for
low
you.
sodium guy.
It'd be perfect for you, Chris.
You got to go green there, right?
Well, so,
green is the low?
Speaking
Green
of
is the low.
sodium,
Yeah.
So Michael loves salt and pepper like no one I've ever seen before. Michael Thompson. He will pour, I swear, half of a salt and pepper shaker on anything that he's eating.
Yeah.
Salad, whatever.
Yeah.
Now Ireland says that he actually is low on sodium and has been encouraged to eat more salt, which I've never heard as being a thing before.
I never heard that either.
Well, that's what John says, and I trust his doctor. That's what his doctor told
Okay,
him.
I mean, listen,
really?
that's what the doc says.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right, so we have
there's
a
none there.
special guest.
Okay,
Hold
who's
on
that?
one
Oh
second.
yeah, all
Hold
you
on
said
one
was
second.
starts with L.
It starts with an L.
Okay.
Yeah. It was not LeBron.
And it's not Luca?
It is not Luca.
Neither Luca nor LeBron.
No.
Laura Linney.
No, not Lauren Linney.
Okay.
Or Lauren
Same thing.
Betts of UCLA.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, stud.
Chris, I mean, were you going to do something or no?
Joining us now around 4:20 on this Monday afternoon to the LA Afternoon Drive Takeover, Sedano and Cappy. A man that helped make me a man. Helped teach me about life.
Oh.
About soul. About Selena. And there is no better person, a man who once cried telling a story about Selena.
On the day of the anniversary of her death, may she rest in peace.
He now joins us on the anniversary of her death yet again. The one and only, the great LZ Granderson.
Hello,
is on the
LZ.
line.
What's up, fellas?
What's going on,
What
LZ?
is up? It's 30 years, right? It's the 30 years marking, right? Of her
Correct.
passing,
Of her
right?
passing,
That sounds
yes.
right. Yeah.
Years?
Yeah.
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 And 1985.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were
Yeah,
25.
yeah, I think they were discussing giving her parole or something like that.
Oh,
Yolanda.
no. She
Yeah,
will
yeah.
salivar because
Not
Cappy
Yolanda.
needs it.
Not Yolanda.
Cappy's got this story covered, right? No,
Why-
no to Yolanda?
No, I don't even know who Yolanda is.
Yeah.
And I just didn't understand that somebody named Yolanda had like a one-name deal. Like that was her story. She's so
Listen.
famous she only has one name, like she's Cher.
If you know who killed Selena. You say Yolanda, people know. You don't need the last name.
Right. And if you don't, you don't.
You don't.
Now, LZ, I don't know if you heard, I almost died, but when I came back 2 months later,
Oh, yeah. Chris, by the way, did you know
Wait,
Chris is
what?
like
Yeah,
is
yeah.
like the DeMar Hamlin of 710 ESPN
I
now.
was in the hospital for a while. We
He
can get
came
into
back
that.
from the dead.
He did. He came
what-
back from the dead, literally.
But when I came back 2 months later, Cappy somehow got dumber, which I just thought was odd.
Wait. Back up.
Yeah, back it up.
What do you mean you almost died?
I almost
'Cause I
died.
was watching almost every football game. And I did not see you on the field. So where
No.
was this Hamlin moment?
It happened in the hospital. We'll talk about
So,
it. But yeah.
long story short, so he was telling me he wasn't feeling well. Doctor came over to the house, told him, hey, you better go to the ER. I call him the next day, and I'm like, hey, how you feeling? He's like, I'm doing better. You know, doc says I should be out of here in a day or two. I'm like, all right, cool. I went on a trip. I texted him the next day. Didn't hear back. I'm like, oh, that's not good.
Well, let's even back up further. It was a Tuesday night. We had dinner. We were walking across the street to our hotel.
That's a few weeks before.
Okay, and dude, to walk across the street, he's huffing and puffing like he's running a marathon.
So I have congestive heart failure, and what happened was I was having the results of that. Then I was in the hospital, and they felt like they could turn it around. But then
Then he had 3 strokes.
4 strokes, 3
4.
seizures,
Sorry.
4 strokes.
Super Bowl
don't
weekend.
short him a stroke.
Sorry, my bad.
Yeah.
Well, LZ would never short me a stroke.
No.
Yeah.
Well, nowadays, I don't know that he'd be able to do anything.
No, I can still do it.
No,
I'm
you
just
cannot
not,
do it.
I'm not
LZ.
Randy.
He's taking
LZ.
testosterone blockers now, too.
No, I'm
LZ.
not taking
You are-
testosterone
yes, you are.
blockers.
It's not
One of my
blockers?
diuretics has testosterone blocker in it.
LZ, his schwanz doesn't
I
work anymore.
told you to stop drinking brown. I told you everybody can't drink brown. But you wanted to be with the brothers, and you wanted all the brown, so then you started drinking brown. Everyone can't drink brown,
That's
Chris.
fair.
Actually, you know what?
That's fair.
LZ is right.
Yeah, and tell LZ the result.
I got congestive heart failure.
And will not be drinking brown any
No,
longer.
I will never.
You can't drink anything.
I will never drink or smoke a cigar again,
Well,
which is mad because I enjoyed having cigars in my mouth.
Are you trying to make LZ cry again today?
On the anniversary of Selena's death.
He's not. No. He's not Selena. Hold up. There's levels to this, brother. There's levels.
If I died, you would cry, right?
Like, is it during the day or is it at night? Like,
how much has he
again,
smoked
there's
that day?
levels to this.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
LZ, if Chris cried, would you fly in for the funeral, or would you just like mourn from wherever you are?
Was it tragic or was it kind of expected?
Well, no.
I mean, this was kind of sudden. We all kind of were surprised.
Yeah. I would have. I would have run if that was the only mode of transportation. No. This is family here. You know, all jokes aside, Chris, I'm so thankful that you're better, and I actually feel awful for not knowing any of this.
He's lost 80 pounds.
That has happened.
You lost 80 pounds. Oh, I didn't recognize you. That's why I didn't know anything happened. There we go. Now I feel better.
But you know who definitely thought I was going to die, oddly enough, and started planning for my succession was Tommy Lamb. Can you believe that?
What?
Yeah.
Shouts out to you.
Yeah, exactly.
Well,
a lot of people thought I would never come
to let
back.
him drive the golf cart, huh? He wanted to drive the golf cart.
Now, have you approached Tommy face to face about this notion that he did not think you were going to come back and expected you to die?
I've made enough jokes where I think he knows I know.
He now knows that
he knows who you were talking about that day at the remote. Yeah.
Okay.
So
gotcha.
basically, Chris is Logan Roy. He came back from the dead.
Yeah.
Except Logan eventually croaked, but he did come back from the dead.
Well,
the one time.
eventually croaked.
Yeah.
And he got an Emmy for it, too. Remember that. He did get an Emmy for it.
You getting an Emmy?
No, I'm going to get I said a Carmi, but I already won one of those.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay, here's the thing, LZ. I don't remember. Is there anything to talk about with
Well,
LZ?
we were
other than
just mentioning LZ because it was the anniversary of Selena, and we just figured, and Laura was like, "All right, let's
How
call
do you
LZ."
pivot from that? Hey, yeah, almost died. Now let's joke.
No, here's the
I
thing.
mean, kind of intertwined.
We've been joking about it the whole
Are
time.
you ever going to move back to LA? Because you could easily have Cappy's job.
You can have it back, LZ. I've kept the seat warm. Very, very warm.
Oh, my goodness.
Or do you have no interest in that?
I mean,
anymore?
Trudell wants it, so it's okay.
And Trudell is really filling out those trousers.
Trudell's
today.
looking good, LZ.
I heard you earlier, so I keep hearing about this change, and then I heard what you said about his pants, and I just figured it's the same, Morales.
I don't know. Sedano did imply heavily that I was going to be, kind of considered for that spot, and then all of a sudden, I just hear Scott Kaplan.
Well,
was, so
Trudell's said to Cappy face to face that he's my side piece.
Mm-hmm.
So.
And is considering becoming my side piece because George has been rude to him recently.
Well, it took a number of years, LZ. I had to go dark. So you and Keyshawn left, and I had to separate from the station. But now that Cappy's back in the mix, it's hard to stay away.
Okay.
Any
was
feedback?
Like the reverse Drake Kendrick beef. This was the unbeef.
Yeah.
Beef. This is like turkey. Is this what this is?
LZ, you text me. We text about the Lakers, and you have said Lakers in 3 in every series. I don't believe Lakers in 3 in every series, but Michael will probably back you up on whatever it is your thoughts are here, I would imagine.
Well, listen, tonight is probably the indicator if I'm full of it or not, right? Everybody's supposedly healthy. Everybody's got, chomping at the bit. It's about the backcourts, the way that has always been since LeBron's been here, is whether or not our backcourt could withstand the backcourt who's across from us. And unfortunately, when it was Denver and we had D'Angelo, we got our answer a couple of times. So this is going to be a different kind of test. And them boys coming. Houston coming. So I'm looking forward to it. Lakers in 3.
You hear that? Lakers in 3.
There you go, Trudeau. Lakers in 3.
What do you think about that, Michael?
I'll say the same thing I said earlier, LZ. I think right now the Lakers are the 4th best team in the NBA. And once they get the way that they've played against the good teams when they've been healthy, I think would lead optimism to be a fair way to think about the team. This is Luka Doncic, who took a Dallas team to the finals last year. LeBron is playing at an extremely high level. Austin Reeves has upped his game that much more. Now, the one area that they're lacking a little bit is having that backup center for a different big look. But
LZ loves a good center.
Well, yeah. So I think that's.
I tried to get Andre Drummond. You guys denied me.
Oh,
you
boy.
denied me.
Big Penguin.
The Andre Drummond talk.
But they're
remember that? His nickname. We found out his nickname was Big Penguin.
Usually Cappy pays somebody to call him a big penguin.
I do remember the Drummond talk, though, LZ, because I remember you saying, hey, look, now it was Anthony Davis, Drummond, and I'm forgetting who the third guy was, but you were like, they've got the best big men and the best front court in the history of the NBA.
And then Anthony Davis got hurt in that Phoenix series after Andre Drummond did that LeBron move thing from the bench where he was like leaning back, and then that was the end of that series.
Move, and that was the end of that.
Yeah, that was the bubble tax year. They would have won the title.
And the only reason why I said that, and if you think about it, the only reason why I said that about Andre Drummond wasn't because we wanted to throw the ball into him and have him initiate the offense. That was never going to be his purpose. He was going to do what Jackson Hayes is doing now. Roll to the basket and dunk on people. That was going to be it. But everybody got hurt, and so we didn't get a chance to see that iteration. And look, when Anthony Davis was on the roster, what did he ask for? An Andre Drummond, another big man, a Dwight Howard. So that's always been sort of a thing that, ever since he came into the league, that AD wanted. And, you kind of knew, eventually either we were going to give him what he needed or something was going to have to change because we couldn't advance staying in the same place that we were. So I'm glad we had the trade. I'm glad to see what's going to happen now. You're right. We kind of have a gaping hole in the big area right there, but we've been looking for a consistent third scorer since Bron got here, and we got that dude.
No doubt.
Oh, you mean
I'm
Bronny
ready.
James?
Let's go.
Oh,
let's go.
Did you hear that Bronny scored
Let's
39
go.
in the G League, LZ? That day,
Man,
Sedano yelled at me about that.
I'm like 39.
You know
well,
what?
no, listen.
Who
LZ
was
knows
drafted
ball.
after Bronny that's better?
Yeah,
Who
but-
was drafted after Bronny that was better?
That fair
Nobody.
point. Here's what I would say, LZ. You know, ball. 39 in the G League is not like everybody's doing that every single night. Like that doesn't happen every night.
G League's a good league.
No, and especially when you're someone who comes in with with a little bit of target on your back. Everybody's looking to make a name off of Bronny, believe it or not, just because of all the conversations, believe it or not. So to be able to hold his own the way they have and drop buckets, I think he's kind of shown some resiliency. We got to give him credit for that.
Oh, I think plenty of people have. Don't worry. He's getting plenty of credit. I think it's okay.
We got some people who haven't given him credit, so I'm just making sure I get my name on the right side of history.
It was the day after that Milwaukee game where Milwaukee crushed the Lakers and he scored 17 points, and a lot of us came on the air the next day and went, hey, I know they got killed by 30, but Bronny played really, really well. And then everybody started killing us for saying, like, how dare you say that they lost by 30 points? He scored 17 in an NBA game.
That's pretty good.
The biggest point I've seen with Bronny, and like that, clearly he's grown. He's gotten a lot better. But with everything that he went through with his heart, like he didn't get to play basketball for several months in a row ahead of the draft. So now he's just getting back into that full physical fitness, the full, like all of that. And what we're seeing is a clearly NBA capable athlete who is now getting better at the finer points, the shooting, the ball handling, taking guys off the dribble, which he's doing in the G League. So, LZ, you mentioned it, like for a 55th pick, I mean, he's playing better than most guys that get taken in that type of a spot. And that's what the Lakers player development folks think. JJ Redick's been clear about that. So I think that it's been a pretty good sign for Bronny's future, what he's shown.
Look what you did, Morales.
What did I do?
You turned this whole thing into a Bronny conversation. You know what's going to happen?
No,
LeBron's going to come up and get in your face.
Do you think so?
I do.
I'm not going where you think you
Please
want me to
don't.
go. I'm not going to go there. I'm not
Please
going there.
don't. Just stop. Just stop right now.
Well,
just stop right now. What do you think, Sedano? What do you think about the Lakers' chances?
I think they I could see them in the conference finals, and I wouldn't rule them out in the NBA finals. Like I think that, and once you're there, I mean, you can win. Sure, why not? Like if you told me the Lakers had more than a puncher's chance to win a championship, I would give you that. Sure, no doubt. But I think Boston is better at full strength. Yeah. I think OKC is better at full strength. So I'm genuine. And again, youth sometimes plays a role in these situations, so we'll see.
I think OKC is scary, man.
Yeah.
They are so good. They are so good. They remind me of like a little bit of when Chris Paul and Blake Griffin and DeAndre Jordan were running and they had Lob City going. Though they looked more threes, obviously, but the level of athleticism and the way they cover the court, the speed, the power, I mean, they are a scary team, man. Lakers in 3.
We're about to see it. We're about to go to OKC after this 3-game homestand for back-to-back games.
Yeah, it's the end of the season. Who the hell's even going to play in that game?
Well, that's the thing. They've been playing Shea every night still,
Yeah.
which I like about them. So we'll see.
Well, I'm going to vote for him for MVP, so it's going to be over. So.
Well,
Cap, who are you going to vote for MVP?
I was going to vote for Dylan Brooks, but apparently he's suspended, so we won't get a chance to see him tonight. So that was my guy. All right. You know, just an antagonist.
LZ, you got anything for our DeMar Hamlin over here before we move on?
But don't call
Nothing
me
but
DeMar
love,
Hamlin.
man. Nothing but help. Oh, and I might send Hike over. You need a little, you know.
No, I'm not allowed to
touchy,
do that.
touchy.
Not like that day when I was naked in your apartment and Hike was there.
No more?
No more. I can't do that.
Oh, man. No
There's no
drinking, you
hiking
can
for you?
survive. But no hike, you might as well just, what did you say?
No hiking?
No, his name was Hike.
Oh, the guy's name was Hike. I thought you were going hiking.
No, he was my first trigger point therapist.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
But LZ made me shower before I saw Hike.
Understandable.
So
Yo, you
everything
got to
was-
shower.
Well, no, but everything was waiting for me, like a towel,
Yeah,
soap,
yeah,
washcloth. Kind of like when we're at the East Central, where I
Right.
use the one towel for my privates.
Right.
Same thing.
Yeah.
This was before the testosterone blockers.
Right.
Okay, it's in the medicine.
I know,
right?
I get it, I get it.
But
I
that's
get it.
why your schwanz doesn't work.
Right.
It works.
No, you said it
He
doesn't
just doesn't
work.
have the desire the
I
same
just
way.
don't, I'm not like oh, let's go
He's not
right
craving.
now. Yeah, I'm not craving.
So then how do you get
He
it
does,
to work?
his animal instincts aren't working the same way
Then
currently.
what do you do? You sit there and go, come on, man, let's go. Let's do a beautiful thing.
No, I mean, if it needs to go, it gets up there.
Oh, it does?
All right, well, there you go.
Really?
It goes to the penthouse
Do
still.
you need more time? Like, do you need a heads up or anything?
It's not like it's not like when Katie Lang sang that song "Constant Craving." It's not a constant craving.
Okay.
It's a once a week craving.
All right, once a week.
Craving. All right, LZ. As you can see, nothing's changed around here.
Right.
Nothing at all. Nothing at all.
Oh, yes, LZ.
Drop a couple of pounds, turned up the suspense, everything else is love.
Exactly.
When will we see you again?
Third
You
game
know
of the
what?
Lakers
I'm going to
series.
Third game of the
actually
Lakers
I'm going to be
series,
there at
yes.
the end of the month for the Los Angeles Time Book Festival.
Oh.
I am having a conversation with Big Sean on the main stage and also hosting the award show. So
beautiful.
yeah, I'll be doing the readings and the celebrations of authors.
Well, why don't you come through here?
Yeah,
I
you
mean, you
should come
came
by.
through like Travis the last time. No offense to Travis, but I mean, you know.
I did come
Well,
through with Travis.
he doesn't want to see Cap.
That's not true.
Stop that.
He doesn't
Oh my
like you.
God, are you
He doesn't.
still- are
He
you
doesn't
still
like you,
doing
Cap.
that?
I think it's
You were
over. I think
still
it's a
doing
long
that.
time ago. I think
See,
it's
look at
over.
that. You
That
see?
was a long time ago.
Right,
yes.
I dropped that in 2024 with a whole bunch of other things.
I think when LZ left that day, we were at Rams training camp, and I gave him all this weed, and I gave him these really nice Vuori clothes, and I was like, this is just like a going away present, you know? And then he was like, I don't want any of this
Why
stuff.
did
and
you
then
give
he
him?
left.
Why did you give him all that?
I don't know. I just was trying
He
to
was
be nice.
trying to be
No,
nice.
I was getting ready to go on that airplane. I was getting ready to go on an airplane. I couldn't carry it with me.
Yeah. And then he gave Bergman all the weed. Bergman still got it in his desk.
All right, well, come through here at the end of the month.
Yes, sir.
Bye,
All right, buddy.
LZ.
Love you.
Take care.
All right,
Rack,
love you too.
Rack
Bye.
LZ. Rack LZ.
Give him
Rack
a
'em.
rack? You're going to rack him?
Yeah.
All right.
Constant Craving, Katie Lang. That was a good reference.
Yeah, it was a good reference. I haven't thought of that in a
That's
while.
not
So
bad.
craving once a week, huh?
Not
Is it
even.
Saturday nights?
Not
Is-
even. Not even.
Not even once a
No,
week.
I don't care.
Yeah. All right, Lauda, do
doesn't
you have a
work.
radio
It's not my fault.
Yeah.
No, it's not your fault.
Yeah.
It's the beta blockers you're on.
By the way,
I'm not,
It's
well,
not
actually,
beta
I do have,
blockers.
no, I think one of my medicines is probably beta
Oh, really?
blockers. Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Anyway, all right.
What, George?
Let's
Just
just go
figure
to
it out,
break.
George.
Just
Figure
go
it
to
out.
break.
will
Get
ya?
out of here.
Hey, it's Chris Morales, and guess what, Jack? We're back, baby, and you could spend an entire Live Imaging Tuesday with me.
I'm Doug Hopkins.
And I'm Damon Lyons.
And we want to buy your house.
After 30 years and more than 20,000 transactions, Seller's Advantage knows how to get you more for your home.
No agent fees, no commissions, just an as-is cash offer.
Call Seller's Advantage or visit sellersadvantage.com.
Together, it's going to be lit, sucker.
When pain keeps you from doing what you love, Hoag Orthopedic Institute gets you back to you. We are ranked number 18 in the nation and number 1 in Orange County for orthopedic and spine care by U.S. News and World Report. From the surf to the green, our world-class doctors are there, which is why more Californians choose Hoag Orthopedic Institute for orthopedic and spine care more than any other hospital. At Hoag Orthopedic Institute, there is no one better at getting you back to you. Proudly founded by premier physicians in partnership with Hoag. Learn more at HoagOrthopedicInstitute.com.
Don't navigate the legal system alone. Hey, it's Travis. At the personal injury law offices of Joseph S. Normand, they will fight tirelessly to get you the max compensation you deserve. Joe and his team understand the emotional and financial toll that an injury can take on you and your life. Call 213-747-2000 or visit normandlegal.com. The law offices of Joseph S. Normand have helped thousands of people like you recover millions of dollars in settlements and verdicts. Visit normandlegal.com or call 213-747-2000. Your recovery is their priority.
Park, party, and play at Hollywood Park Casino, LA's premier card room.
Now open 24/7. Enjoy Century Bar and Grill's flavorful menu for lunch or late night dinners. Catch up with friends on game days while watching your favorite teams, or unwind and enjoy live music and crafted cocktails inside the Rays Lounge. Park, party, and play at Hollywood Park Casino, located next to SoFi Stadium, the Forum, and the all-new Intuit Dome. Hollywood Park Casino must be 21 plus to enter. For more info, go to playhpc.com.
Children's Hospital Los Angeles is a leader in breakthrough pediatric care, treating complex cases and advancing life-saving research. In support of CHLA's 10th annual Make March Matter campaign, ESPN LA is auctioning off exclusive 710 appearances to help fund critical treatments for children. Every dollar raised supports CHLA's essential work to provide expert care, innovative therapies, and hope to families in need. Visit 710forchla.com to bid and make a difference for kids today.
Robinhood Gold members can now enjoy the VIP treatment, receiving a 3% IRA match on retirement contributions, a very handsome reward indeed. With Robinhood Gold, your annual IRA contributions are boosted by 3%. Plus, you also get 4% APY on your cash and non-retirement accounts. That's over 8 times the national savings average. The perks of the high net worth are now available for any net worth. The new gold standard is here with Robinhood Gold. To receive a 3% IRA boost on annual contributions, sign up at Robinhood.com/gold. Investing involves risk. Rates subject to change. 3% match requires Robinhood Gold at $5 a month for 1 year from first match. Must keep funds in IRA for 5 years. Go to Robinhood.com/boost. Over 8 times the national average savings account interest rate claim is based on data from the FDIC as of November 18th, 2024. Robinhood Financial LLC member SIPC. Gold membership is offered by Robinhood Gold LLC.
And it is Sedano and Kap. Around 5:30 p.m. in the Southland Radio Tinder time, we like to play a TV theme. You can follow her at Lindsay Baseball on Twitter or Instagram. Don't forget about our sponsor, Tequila Mandala. Always swipe right on Tequila Mandala. Take it away, producer Lindsay.
Lindsay is on vacay, but we're playing the White Lotus because Cappy wanted this White Lotus.
Cappy loves a White Lotus.
Only because last night I was expecting something like crazy to go down on White Lotus.
Never seen it.
And I don't think craziness ensued per se, but I think that we're being set up for what's about to go down.
Big setup?
I think so. I know, Mike, you're watching White Lotus. What do you think about last night's episode?
Yeah, they're definitely. I think the creator Mike White likes to open up about 75 different scenarios that could happen, so that we're doing exactly this, right?
Yeah.
My wife is telling me that there's a bunch of on TikTok right now, which I'm not really on TikTok a lot. She's on there. There's a bunch of theories about what happens. I think that's what they want. Right? Oh, it was this guy. It's like Clue. It was the revolver in this room, and now it was the rope in the other room.
Yeah.
That kind of thing.
In the conservatory.
Exactly.
I think White Lotus is great. And I loved season 1. I didn't love season 2. I'm loving season 3.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I probably like 2 more than this season, but I like them all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will say this. Reacher came to an end.
Oh, Mike's watching Reacher. Are you
Did you
not?
see the finale?
I watched half of the finale, and then I had to leave to pick up the boys at school.
You haven't seen the rest of it yet?
No, I just watched the half when he's fighting the big guy.
Okay.
Which
The
they
big
only
guy-
set that up for the
There's
entire
probably a lot of fighting
season.
the big guy, I feel like.
Guy,
I mean,
the big guy, George,
it's all fighting.
Is the big guy is 7'2", and he's about.
So basically, Reacher's a Jason Statham movie, but it's a TV show.
I tried to tell you it was a sporting show. It's an MMA show.
Like, there is more fighting just in Reacher, episode to episode, than there is actually fighting in real life in the entire world on a given day.
Unless you went to an SDFC LAFC game this past Saturday night. Have you guys seen those videos?
Dude, that's insane.
Crazy,
All
right?
the
That stuff makes me uncomfortable. I don't. It's basically just a bunch of civilians just throwing haymakers.
Just
at
a
each
bunch
other.
of drunk guys wanting to fight each other
no,
over
I
a
don't-
soccer game.
I don't like watching that. Do you?
No, I don't like watching
Michael loves soccer. He's a gentleman, gentleman sport.
Anyway, I do like White Lotus. I thought Reacher was great, and I have to catch up on House of David.
By the way, speaking of which,
and what's the name of that show? The one that John's voice is in?
the one that I've been asking.
The Jeannie Buss show.
The Jeannie Buss.
The Wire.
Yeah, you got to watch The Wire.
Running
The Wire
Point.
is
Running
a great
Point.
show.
Running Point's great.
You and LeBron had an interaction about soccer recently.
yeah.
I saw on your Instagram.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, so as you know, Cappy, LeBron is a part owner of Liverpool.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And I am since the 1990s Manchester United fan. So at shoot around in what city we're in, Indiana, I had a Manchester United jacket on, and LeBron basically said that's a terrible jacket and tried to rip off the patch, which I respect. And I disagreed with him and made some derogatory comments about Liverpool, and that was our usual conversation.
Has anybody got this on video?
It was on his Instagram.
Oh,
Yeah,
put it on where LeBron tried to pull it off your.
It was on Mike's Instagram.
Well, the reason I'm asking is you should go on like a podcasting tour and tell everybody that you were going to kick LeBron's ass.
Oh my goodness.
Cappy, do you not follow Mike Trudell? Come on now, get with it.
I do, but I don't.
It's on there. Well,
remember
shout out to Dave McMenamin who took the video, or was that? Yeah,
Shout out
he
to
sent it me.
Mick 10.
Nick 10. All right, guys. So I read this story and I thought it was interesting, and I wanted to get your opinion.
Okay.
So Ozempic users are saying that their exes are knocking at the door because, they've lost some weight, they look a little different, and they're saying that they want a second chance at love with them.
Okay.
So I want to know, I think this is like swipe right. Yeah. If you guys, have you guys ever tried to reconnect with an ex? I mean, now you guys are married and all that, but when you guys were single,
I was single. Did I try to
reconnect with an ex? Swipe right or swipe left?
One time, swipe right. Yes, but it wasn't. I mean, I was a kid still. You know what I'm saying? So like, I think it was just more of like chance that I ran into that person. It was less about like I was longing for them. I just happened to run into them. I was like, oh, I haven't seen you.
It wasn't because they lost weight and they looked different.
No, it was. She looked exactly the same. It just happened to be like a year or so later.
Yeah, for me, the circumstance was more like girls that I was friends with or knew, and in some cases dated or whatnot in high school. Then you go away to college, and then you come back either during the summer or right after college when I was back in Minnesota for a little bit. So those were kind of the reconnections. But nothing specific to an ex, and nothing about like the revenge bod season or anything.
Yeah.
Like
But
that.
remember, I'm old, and I mean,
You're not old, bro.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, but like there was no like real social media back then. Like maybe
there was
MySpace,
AOL Instant Messenger.
Well,
Yes!
there was AOL,
Yes.
right?
AIM was a
But
thing.
there's not like pictures attached to that stuff.
You're right.
There
That
was
was
a
all
lot
exactly.
of catfishing going on back
Yeah,
then.
get those away messages up. Maybe you can prompt a
ASL.
response with where you're at. Yeah.
ASL. Cappy, what about you?
So I did try one
Did
time.
we catch you in midstream of putting
I
like
was
Yeah,
putting
he
on
did.
my baby tushy stuff on my lips.
your Aquaphor?
I did try one time. So I was separated from my ex-wife.
Right.
And we were having at my house a birthday party for one of my kids. I don't remember which one.
Yeah.
And for some reason, my ex-wife looked good to me that night. So I tried to hook up with her. And
Was alcohol
How'd that
involved?
go?
there was alcohol involved. We were in, like, the two of us excused ourselves from the party, and we were in the garage, and we started kind of getting a little handsy. And then I was like, let's do a beautiful thing right here, right now.
Like what?
Well, I was gonna like, let's
have a fifth child.
like, well, put it this way: it's what Chris can't do. Is what I was suggesting. Right?
The schwanz.
Yeah, but it didn't
No.
happen. It didn't. Thankfully, thank goodness, it did not happen.
You would have a fifth kid. What about you, Brian?
Can't say I have. They're ex for a reason. Just gotta
there
move
you go,
on.
B. Oh, really?
Yeah, come on now.
Okay.
Can't go back to the well.
I hear that, Brian.
All right.
All right, give me one more, Laura.
All right, I'm actually going to give you a big deal or no deal since we don't have time, since you guys
Oh, that's
are
right, because
off
we're off
early
early today at 5:30, right?
So I'm not a big SNL person. Don't kill me, okay? But I
Okay.
know that there's like...
I watched it this weekend.
I
Cálmate.
didn't watch
Why
it.
are you laughing?
Mason was there, and I was like, I should watch
Mason
it.
was there.
Yeah, I watched it for a little while.
Beto's over here laughing because he says I
Beto.
work on the wrong show. Anyways, so I guess it's a tradition for you to hug the cast at the end, right? The
Oh, and the
post-credits.
country
The
singer.
country
Hug watch.
singer
Hug
Morgan
watch.
did not do it. Do you
Why?
guys think that's a...
He just
walked
was
away.
out.
He
was
was like
out.
out.
Yeah, he's
Okay.
I'm out.
Did you guys think this is a big deal or no deal? Because apparently that people thought it was a
I
huge
didn't
deal.
even notice when I was watching the end, like that he was gone. Like I just saw him, whatever. I just didn't even notice. But I don't know. I don't think it's a big deal. So I'm
not really into country music, and I don't know who this guy is, but I do kind of think it is a big deal because I think that like the standard thing to do is when the music is playing, everybody's supposed to hug it out.
Well, you love to hug it out.
Yeah. Hey, everybody.
You're a
hang
hug it out kind of
I
guy.
am a hug it out guy.
Hug watch is a very important. That's one of my favorite parts of the show. In fact, to see who's hugging whom. In fact, when George and I are sitting next to each other at Laker games, sometimes after the game, and I'll be like, "Oh, which opponent is going over to say hi to this coach?
Yes, I like that too.
Who's tight? Oh, who's LeBron going to go hug it? Like that stuff matters. Let's say there's a rookie that's coming in. It's a big deal if LeBron goes over and acknowledges him. So I'm watching for the same thing on SNL.
Yeah.
And for Wallen to rob anybody watching of this moment is definitely a big deal. I'm
Okay.
anti.
There you go.
I'm with you there,
All
Michael.
right. We'll take a break here on the show. Coming up next, Mike, how long are you here? One more segment?
0 more segments.
Oh, he's got to go.
Zero
Yes,
more.
but it's been a pleasure.
JJ's waiting for you.
Well, it's an early 7 o'clock game today, yeah. So JJ's going to be going.
JJ's got to
Great to see you guys.
Good to see you. I'll see you. I'll see you
Cappy,
pregame.
I felt like we got closer, especially with George starting to come at me a little more.
I know. This is the way it goes.
You know what I'm saying?
The guy's an antagonist.
Yeah.
He's going to drive you right into my arms.
Exactly. Right.
Yes.
You know
You're
what?
the protagonist.
Come here.
Yeah.
Can I give you a hug?
Yeah, come on.
Yeah. Oh, look at that.
Look at this.
Look at that.
Look at this.
Unlike Saturday Night Live. There you go. All right. We will take a break, but Cappy, tell us about your friends at Seller's Advantage first.
Hey, listen, everybody, listen to me.
Hey.
Oh. Selling your house does not have to be a giant pain in the tuchus. You feel what I'm saying to you? At Seller's Advantage, you can skip the agents. You can forget about paying commissions. And here's the worst part. If you've ever sold a house and the realtor comes in and goes, paint this wall, clean this carpet, let's move all this furniture out, you don't have to do any repairs of any kind, because by the time you get done paying for the repairs and the agent's fees, you could have already sold your home for a very fair, competitive price without the worry of the deal falling through. We talked to a Seller's Advantage customer, a guy by the name of Chris Chavez, and he told us, quote, Seller's Advantage was definitely the best company I've worked with. They offered me more than I expected. The whole process was great. They were helpful. They always answered the phone. They were willing to help. He said, I can't say enough about the experience. Much better than going through a realtor. So, guys, I would say this. If you're contemplating selling your home, at least get the free cash offer. It's a no-obligation cash offer. Call Seller's Advantage. 888-390-AS-IS, 888-390-AS-IS, 888-390-2747, or visit them online at sellersadvantage.com.
The countdown is on. In just 2 days.
I'm Doug.
And I'm Damon.
And we want to buy your house.
Let Seller's Advantage show you how we can give you more.
No fees, no commissions, and no repairs. Just a fair cash offer that can close in just a few days.
Check out our Google reviews.
And call Seller's Advantage today or visit sellersadvantage.com.
Join Cappy, O'Shea Jackson Jr., producer Lindsay, and I for a special Monday Night Raw watch party here at Hollywood Park Casino. You can win tickets to the biggest wrestling event in Las Vegas, plus a round-trip airfare and a one-night stay. You must be present to win and 21 years or older to enter. Park party and play here at Hollywood Park Casino.
Southern California Edison and holding insurers accountable.
First, I didn't know what to do. I heard what you were doing for my buddy by loading his car up. He calls me, he says, guess who's loading my car with water? Jacob and Ronnie. Right. I mean, for real. I said, well, I'm going to talk to Jacob.
Call him at 844-24-JACOB, 844-24-JACOB. Visit him online at calljacob.com, and together we are LA Strong.
Call Jacob. At Ocean Subaru of Fullerton, we believe you should love who you want to love. And during the Subaru A Lot to Love event, you can lease a brand new 2024 Subaru Crosstrek Premium all-wheel drive for just $329 per month for 36 months with $39.39 due at signing. Visit Ocean Subaru today.
With approved credit through Subaru Motors Finance, not all buyers or vehicles will qualify. Lease for 10,000 miles per year. VIN RH915476. MSRP $39.50 plus tax, tag, title, and doc fee. Zero security deposit. See dealer for complete details. Expires 3/31/2025.
Calling all Angels fans. Visit Pechanga Resort Casino on Saturday, April 5th for a limited edition Pechanga Angels jersey. Simply show your club card and receive a free jersey while supplies last. Visit the club for more details. Show your love for Angels baseball and Pechanga all season long. Don't miss your chance for a free Pechanga Angels jersey. April 5th, Pechanga Resort Casino, proud sponsor of Angels baseball.
Make sure to listen all this week to Sedano Kap for the LA Afternoon Drive for your chance to win a pair of tickets to SoFi for this Saturday and the U.S. women's national team taking on Brazil, a rematch of the women's gold medal soccer match. Get your tickets at Ticketmaster or go to SoFiStadium.com for more information. Sedano and Kap have your tickets to win this week from 3 to 6 on 710 ESPN. And if you're caller number 7 right now, call 877-710 ESPN. That's 877-710-3776. You can win your pair right now. Call.
Quarterback Jordan Love isn't just on Green Bay's team. He's also on the American Family Insurance team. Because like us, he believes in dreaming fearlessly.
Just chase your dreams and don't let nobody hold you back.
And we help protect those dreams with the right coverage so you can
dream fearlessly.
American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Relief from hip and back pain can be a reality when you work with the experts on a mobility and flexibility routine. That's why StretchLab was founded. Pro athletes and sports fans alike love StretchLab for our customized one-on-one assisted stretch sessions. Discover the difference a good stretch can make, because when your body moves better, you feel better and live better. Visit your local StretchLab today or go to stretchlab.com and use code FAN10 to get up to 50% off your first 50-minute stretch. Plus, receive an additional $10 off.
This is Sedano and Kap on 710. Yeah. Sedano and Kap continues.
Not really.
Right now.
Now I gotta cut loose, put it loose, kick off the Sunday shoes.
Is this an anniversary? Footloose?
It is. Sorry, I was getting a winner for you guys.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But it was a number 1 song back in, if I can find my thing, which I can't. Sorry, guys.
What year? What do you think Footloose? What year? I'm going to go with like 1989.
Oh, close.
I'd say 87.
84.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, you guys were close.
Yeah.
You were both over.
Yeah. All right. It is what it is. What are you going to do? Hey, the Dodgers. We talked earlier about the Dodgers. We were talking earlier about how awesome it was to have that home run. The big story, though, in Major League Baseball is the Yankees' bats.
The torpedo bat.
Dude, by the way, I will say this. For as much talk as the Yankees, they got 15 home runs, the Dodgers have 12 home runs with just regular bats. But there's a lot of people ripping the Yankees and like, oh, they're cheating in Major League Baseball. They're not cheating. Those bats are still regulation length. The wood is just cut differently, where basically the thickness of the bat is closer to the label as opposed to the end of the bat, which honestly I think is genius.
Well, let's just take a time out here for a second. When I told everybody months ago that the Dodgers had outsmarted everybody else in baseball with deferred contracts because the Dodgers ownership manages billions and billions and billions of dollars. So all they have to do is defer $1 billion, hold on to the money, show Major League Baseball they've got it, then go invest it in all of their funds. And guess what? By the time they pay the $1 billion to the players, they'll have taken the $1 billion and turned it into $5 billion. It was brilliant. They outsmarted everybody. Give credit to the Yankees and their analytics department.
Yeah, the guy from MIT, who, by the way, got hired away by the Marlins.
I mean, spectacular that this guy went through every at-bat and every swing and every foul ball and every, hit, and then said, you know what I think? I think we need to redesign the bat according to the rules. And it seems like the Yankees outsmarted everybody, and they scored 36 runs in their opening series. Hit a bunch of home runs, and I would guess, this is just a guess here, but by the All-Star break, everybody will be using a torpedo bat, if not sooner.
Some say they won't. Like Judd said he's not going
Well,
to. He doesn't need it. That's like you know who needs it? Chris Taylor. I told Greg. Chris Taylor needs one of those ASAP.
Okay. Did I see a story that tonight Freddie Freeman is not going to be available for the Dodgers? Have you guys seen that? I want to make sure I'm confirming this and getting it right, because earlier today, I got to go back and say that I said Dylan Brooks was going to be suspended for tonight's game, but apparently he was ejected last night and is facing a suspension.
Not necessarily
right.
suspended.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
we don't
already injured himself entering the shower.
Yeah, so the story goes, and I don't know very much about it, I've just seen the headline, that Freddie Freeman hurt the same ankle. Remember last year in the playoffs, his ankle was all messed up?
Yep.
That he hurt the same ankle going into the shower. Now, I love Freddie Freeman.
That's an old person thing, bro.
But I love Freddie Freeman. I think he's a great guy. I love his father. I love the story and all the home runs last year.
Yeah.
The opening pitch, that was awesome.
Yeah.
But the thing is that when guys tell you stories like these,
you think there's something up.
I think that they're usually making up a good story.
You're saying that he was probably doing something he shouldn't have been doing?
I don't know for sure. I'm not really sure.
Because remember,
remember a guy named Jeff Kent?
Jeff Kent, right. He said he was washing his car.
And he hurt himself on a motorcycle.
Right, yeah.
Listen, Freddie Freeman's a likable, believable guy.
I would Freddie Freeman to me doesn't seem like the guy that would make it up. Like Jeff Kent, no offense, seemed like a guy who would make it up.
I guess what I'm saying is that it's kind of a little embarrassing.
Yeah.
Like, hey, this guy had an ankle problem last year, had the whole offseason to get right. He's already back, and he hurt himself getting into the shower? What kind of shower you got at the crib, Fred?
I mean, he's probably got a little step shower. You
Well,
know?
I
a little fancy shower.
No, but like, you know how like the old school showers that were like a bathtub and a shower, and you'd have to step up into
Yeah.
them,
Oh,
and
yeah.
they could be a little slippery and
Yeah.
stuff. And your grandmother used to put down that. Like,
I mean, I'm
tape
guessing
in
he's
the
got
shower.
like he's probably just got like the one that's like a shower that's just got like a little step before you go into the shower.
Yeah.
So maybe he like tripped and just like fell and turned his ankle.
I mean, come on, Freddie, you're a better athlete than that.
I mean,
Listen,
we all
bro.
have clumsy moments, even athletes.
I had one like 30 minutes ago. Now my back's killing me.
Oh, really? What happened?
Yeah, I was very proud of myself. I was showing Morales something, and I kind of stumbled and
And you fell?
like I hit the thing in the back.
Oh, really? And now your back is messed up.
My back is killing me.
Really?
Yeah.
You
You
want,
know?
you want me to give you an adjustment?
I'll be a little scared of that.
Okay. 'cause
Chris
I've-
did it once
I've
with
given
Kathy.
You know, I would do it for the bit.
Oh,
I would do
no,
it for the
I
bit.
don't want to hurt you, girl.
I don't think you could hurt
I don't
me.
want to.
Oh,
hurt you.
damn.
I
wanna
don't
hurt
think you could hurt me.
I mean, these hands are healing hands right here. Is what these things are. I'm a
Then you wouldn't
healer.
be hurting me. You would be helping me.
I know, but I don't want to take the risk. You know, it's a big HR risk. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Anyway, meanwhile, all right, let's get back to I do want to get more into this Dodgers weekend, which was awesome.
It was incredible.
The torpedo bats and how many more people are probably going to get into the torpedo bats. We'll get back to the Lakers as well. USC is playing tonight.
Yeah, big game.
A big game against UConn, a revenge game. Obviously, no Juju, but the girls have played very well, particularly the two freshmen, Kennedy Smith and Avery Howell. So I want to get into that a little bit. I want to get into the Lakers, want to get into the Dodgers, but I got to get into my man DeAndre too. It was his birthday this weekend.
Yeah.
And him and his girl posted, it looked like an IG. I don't know if it was from another platform and he posted an IG, but I want to just say is my man's got some moves.
Oh, really? I got to see these moves.
You wish you had the moves
Let me
that my
take a
man
look at these
DeAndre
moves.
had.
Let me see
All right,
them.
well, we'll show you in the break. All right. But first, why don't you tell us about your friends, Cappy, at Ocean Subaru?
I would love to. Ocean Subaru of Fullerton, okay? We believe you should love who you want to love because life is a journey, and during the Subaru A Lot to Love event, start that journey in a Subaru. Right now, you can lease a brand new 2024 Subaru Crosstrek. That must mean we have a couple left over, which means you're going to get an amazing deal. 2024 Subaru Crosstrek Premium all-wheel drive for just $329 a month for 36 months with $39.39 due at signing. That's right, just $329 a month. For complete details, you got to go to oceansubaruoc.com, or better yet, come in and visit us at Ocean Subaru. We're on Euclid Street in Fullerton, right off the 91 freeway. You cannot possibly miss us, and you can check out the huge selection of all the brand new Subarus. So listen, my man Omar, his entire team down at Ocean Subaru of Fullerton, we want to get you in the right Subaru. You know I love them. I've driven the Solterra, the Crosstrek, the Forester. They're incredible. Technology, versatility, reliability, all-wheel drive. You're going to love an Ocean Subaru of Fullerton, where every journey starts with love.
The biggest show on the radio. Mason and Ireland on 710.
I wanted to know, when everything's said and done, do you guys want to write an autobiography?
No.
Oh, that was quick.
I want to write a book, but I don't want it to be about me.
Yeah.
You have an interesting life, John. That would
Yeah, I
be
know.
kind of dope. Not kind of. It would be dope.
I've got like 30 pages of a fiction book.
That's what I'd want to write.
Fiction.
Fiction. Aspects of me, but not about me.
So
I don't think I would not write an autobiography. I don't think I'm that interested. I got to be honest. Plus, I've said everything on the radio. What else can I put in a book?
I'm sure there's things that we don't know that people would want to know.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
Yeah, no, I'm never going to go that deep. This is as deep as I get.
Yeah, right. But I see Ireland writing like a
tell-all.
The OGs of LA Sports Radio.
Tomorrow at noon.
Mason and Ireland on 710 ESPN.
When pain keeps you from doing what you love, Hoag Orthopedic Institute gets you back to you. We are ranked number 18 in the nation and number 1 in Orange County for orthopedic and spine care by U.S. News and World Report. From the surf to the green, our world-class doctors are there, which is why more Californians choose Hoag Orthopedic Institute for orthopedic and spine care more than any other hospital. At Hoag Orthopedic Institute, there is no one better at getting you back to you. Proudly founded by premier physicians in partnership with Hoag. Learn more at HoagOrthopedicInstitute.com.
Hey, basketball fans, John Ireland here. Austin Reeves has been playing lights out, and now he's bringing that same energy to his brand new signature shoe, the AR2s from Rigor. Designed for top performance and comfort, these kicks are for players who grind just like Austin. He was hands-on in crafting every detail, making sure the AR2s deliver on and off the court. So go to Rigorer.com, Rigorer. Don't wait. Own a pair of Austin Reeves' shoes. That's Rigorer.com.
Hey, it's producer Lindsay, and you know I'm a huge wrestling fan. Join Cappy, O'Shea Jackson Jr., and me to watch Monday Night Raw on April 7th at Hollywood Park Casino, LA's premier card room. We'll have ticket giveaways and a grand prize of 2 tickets to the Ultimate Wrestling event on April 19th in Las Vegas. Your attendance is your raffle entry. Plus, get a bonus entry when you RSVP at ESPNLA.com. But you must be present to win. See you Monday, April 7th at Hollywood Park Casino. Visit ESPNLA.com for details.
Hi, this is Sean McVay of your LA Rams. The Rams play here. KSPN, Los Angeles.
710 ESPN.
A good karma brands radio station.
This is the city, Los Angeles, California.
It's 5 p.m. in the Southland.
Turn it up, man.
Time to blow that 5 o'clock whistle with Sedano and Cappy.
That's right, it's the 5 o'clock hour on Sedano and Cap. And it's time for 30 minutes non-stop.
Sedano and Cap on 710 ESPN.
With fun and frivolity, tomfoolery and hijinks, and Cappy doing his thing, thanks to our friends at Real Father's Rights. Real Father's Rights, the father's rights attorney.
Visit RFR710.com or call 833-ESPN-710.
Let's do it, 5 o'clock in the Southland.
30 minutes of non-stop Sedano and Cap starts now.
You ready for this? And time for the Real Father's Rights 5 o'clock hour on 710 ESPN. Let's do it, Jack!
Bee-ba-da-bop.
Yeah.
Do-ba-da-bop.
Whoa.
Boom, ba-da-bop. Cappy, today is the last day. You have till 11:59 p.m. to win the Sedano and Cap dinner at $1,800 valued right now. Go to the website 710-4chla.com. That's 710-4chla.com.
Private dinner, you and me, down at Fleming's right here at LA Live.
Wait. DeAndre and Lindsay, I believe, too. We're not going to sell them short now.
They have threatened that they will be joining. Yeah. I don't know, man. Yeah. I haven't gotten official confirmation.
I mean, DeAndre wants some food. I don't know.
Hey,
he's a young man.
Give that guy hey, listen, let's go down there for happy hour. Let's get those slider burgers, man. Those things are fire.
How would Gruden talk about those
slider
slider burgers?
What, man? I'll take some of them slider burgers right now. I'm going to go see Richard, the owner. Guy's quite a guy, I'll tell you that right now.
Richard's awesome.
Richard is great.
Yeah, he is.
Love that guy.
Yeah, he's great.
But the dinner, like you said, George, is currently at $1,800.
Yeah.
And we have one
I think we're drinking and eating past that.
There's no question about it. And we have one listener who keeps hitting me up on LinkedIn. Armand, who says, I'm winning the dinner. And the chief marketing officer of his company said, you got our support. So it's at $1,800. Somebody takes it to 1801, you're going to force Armand to go to 1802.
Yeah.
I mean, where's the sandbaggers out there?
Yeah.
And by the way, you'd be helping Children's Hospital of LA.
Exactly. So you can just sandbag him. Simple as that.
Because you know Armand wants that.
I mean, clearly he does.
And he's got the support of his CMO.
Yeah.
So, good
CMO,
luck.
Chief Marketing Officer.
Correctamundo.
Yes. So 710-4chla.com. That's 710-4chla.com. All right, so let's keep talking about baseball. So Roki Sasaki.
Yep.
I mean, this was kind of what we expected, right? Like, remember Yamamoto? We talked about this not too long ago. Yamamoto had some struggles at the beginning of his Dodger tenure, and then unfortunately he got hurt, and then we had a small sample size right before he got hurt of him pitching better. But we went into the postseason going, boy,
not sure about this.
What's going to happen here?
Yeah.
Now, this young guy has not had the type of moments I think people anticipated, but man, he's so young, and this is still very early in his tenure.
Let me say this about Roki Sasaki. Think about it like this. You're 23 years old. You're the star of your league. And then another country who has a bigger, better league says, why don't you come over and pitch for us?
Right.
You're 23. You don't speak the language. And by the way, you didn't choose Milwaukee. You didn't choose Miami. You chose the Dodgers.
Right.
Now, why did you choose the Dodgers? There was a very, very good write-up about this story.
Yes.
Especially after Sasaki struggled the way he did.
Yeah.
He only got through 5 hitters.
Right.
Gave up 4 walks, gave up 2 earned runs, only had 2 strikeouts. Control was all over the place. So here's the thing. Why did Sasaki choose the Dodgers when he could have gone to another place where perhaps there's less media coverage, but maybe more need for him to perform sooner?
Right.
That's why.
Yeah.
Because
and he's got his Japanese compatriots here as well.
Yamamoto and Ohtani are two of the reasons why you'd want to come to the Dodgers.
Correct.
Plus the Dodgers that just won the World Series.
Yeah.
And this is the biggest stage in baseball.
Right.
But the sell...
That was until the torpedo bats.
Correct, until they took over the story.
Yeah.
The sell that the Dodgers put on Sasaki was this.
Yeah.
You don't have to come here and be a star.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Yeah.
Because Ohtani's eventually going to pitch. Dave Roberts keeps talking about that.
Yeah.
Yamamoto is going to be an important part of what we do. Blake Snell's got a couple of Cy Young awards. We've still got Clayton Kershaw coming back. Gosselin's going to come back.
Yeah.
May's going to pitch. I mean, the list goes on and on of guys that the Dodgers have. Hey, Roki, come over here, 23-year-old child, and we'll develop you into the player that you could be, but we don't need you to be that guy right now. And that was what sold him on wanting to be a Dodger, is the patience because of the depth of their pitching staff. So when I see this kid struggle and I see him standing on the top of the dugout with essentially a tear running down his eye, you know what I think to myself?
What?
I think he's probably embarrassed.
Yeah, of course he's embarrassed. There's no question.
Right, like, you got me. I came over. Not that they paid him big money because he
Not
wasn't
yet,
right,
yeah.
but you had an expectation of what I'm supposed to be,
Right.
and I'm letting my teammates down.
Right.
Young brother, or as Stephen A would say, this young brother could pitch. Hey, young brother, chill.
Yeah.
You still won the games.
Yeah.
Your team is unbeaten.
Yeah.
The celebration of last year continues on.
Yeah.
Relax. That's like an Aaron Rodgers thing, you know? Like, relax.
R-E-L-E. Oh, sorry. R-E-L-A-X.
Relax.
Not relax.
No.
That would be different.
Relax.
Yeah.
Relax.
I'm with you. Like, I just think that there's no need to hyperventilate. We literally saw this last year with a more experienced pitcher in Yamamoto, who they did pay $300 million to. So I'm not going to overreact to this now. It's just silly.
Yeah, I think that, look, do you have expectations of this kid? Sure. Because they went out and got him. And everybody around Major League Baseball wanted
But it's
him.
a long season, man.
Right. There's so much to go, dude. You're 2 games in.
Right.
But I think a lot of people probably look and they go, well, he was at home. He was in Japan.
Yeah.
He was in the friendly confines, et cetera. I've heard like Will Smith say, hey, pitching at Dodger Stadium is not exactly easy. There's 50+ thousand people.
Willie Stiles?
Right. There's these, huge amount of like, the size of the ballpark and the height of the stands. I mean, Will Smith went into this whole thing about how it's just not easy to pitch at Dodger Stadium. So, kid, you're 23.
Right.
Take it easy.
Yeah.
Take a deep breath. You're
Yeah.
going to be just fine.
Yeah.
Or at least we all think.
Yeah. Great point brought up by one of our listeners about the torpedo bats. They also have a very short porch in right field at Yankee Stadium, which is true. I mean, but they've always had that. And hence why the Bronx Bombers, and they generally are one of the top home run teams in the sport every year. But I just found like this torpedo bat thing to be hilarious because literally everywhere you turn, on television or on social media, when baseball comes up, inevitably the torpedo bat becomes a discussion. And I just think more teams are just going to adopt it.
And I just thought it was interesting that somebody described the torpedo bat as looking like a bowling pin, which I thought was a great description. Yeah. But I also think, have you ever seen the difference between a baseball bat, which has the wide barrel at the end,
top, right,
and a softball bat where it gets wider and then it flattens out?
Yeah.
That's what it looks like. It looks like
Correct.
a softball bat.
Right. But smart on them.
Hey, listen. If
I'm the other teams, I start trying to figure out who on my team hits more towards the label as opposed to the barrel. Because that's all the Yankees did, is that they looked to see how many of our guys hit on the barrel as opposed to closer to the label.
I just find it funny that because the Yankees did this, immediately every other team's fan base, cheaters.
Yeah.
Cheaters.
Yeah.
And I don't have to stand here and defend the New York Yankees. I think they're fully capable of doing that on their own.
Yeah.
But think about how smart it was to hire somebody who's an analyst, because now everything in sports has become analytics.
Smart.
Hire a guy, have him break every number down, know every piece of data, and then go, here's my solution. And then go essentially re-engineer a baseball bat. Who does that?
But by the way, keep it to the same uniform lengths in theory that would be still within the rules of the game.
I would love to see how many players will be using a torpedo bat within this year.
Oh, I love it. I can't wait till they make like aluminum torpedo bats where kids start using them in like Little League. Because like I feel like every Little League kid doesn't hit off the barrel. Most of them don't hit on the barrel. They hit on their hands or like at the end of the bat.
Well, the funny thing about Little League bats are that there are, and I don't know what the terminology is, but when the ball actually hits the bat, there's like a force from the ball hits the bat and whatever it's called. And they actually engineer certain bats to be for
like the
kids.
exit velocity?
Well, I don't know that they use exit velocity
For
in
Little League,
right?
but that's,
essentially that's what it is.
Yeah.
But they engineer certain bats. Like certain parents, you'll see would be like, "Oh, I went to the sporting goods store and I was trying to get my kid this certain bat because I want him to hit home runs." Because all you have to do is put the bat on the ball and the ball goes flying out.
I don't know about that,
but no, seriously, like they look for these kinds of bats that give you that extra advantage.
Yeah.
You know, that's the other thing, by the way, about Little League. Just side note. Is that when you see Ohtani lead off, or you see Tatis lead off, it makes all the sense in the world. If you have a Little League team, whoever's your best player,
put him first, so he gets more chances at hit.
Right. Let the kid who plays shortstop, who's your best hitter, let him get 5 at bats while everybody else gets 3 or 4.
Right.
Makes all the sense in the world.
I agree. I'm surprised people didn't do that earlier.
I know.
All right, now let's talk. So USC playing tonight. You can hear it here on the ESPN LA app, right? And they're taking on UConn. Paige Becker's coming off a 40-burger. This one, man, I would have loved to have seen, for obvious reasons, you want to see Juju healthy, but like just this particular matchup, this was the matchup they had last year. They lost in crushing fashion, basically. And this was supposed to be this awesome rematch. And we're not going to get the team at full strength. You know, Kiki Iriafen has played well. Up until recently, because she was basically seeing a double team, Kansas State basically said, you know what, anybody but her. And then the freshman came out and won the game for them in Smith and Howell. I just don't know how much, even as good as those young ladies are, they're McDonald's All-Americans. Like, I just don't know how capable they are of beating a team like UConn and having that kind of performance again.
All right, so here goes, everybody. I'm going to make an admission right now.
You haven't watched.
Don't hate me, all right? Don't hate.
But you don't need to have watched to understand that part of it.
No. But I want to say, I know a lot of you guys are going to say the same thing I'm about to say. I haven't watched 1 second of the women's NCAA basketball.
It's on right
tournament,
behind you.
Okay. I've actually watched less of the men's tournament this year than probably ever before.
Well, I watched all of it this weekend.
As a matter of fact, I didn't even know the basketball was being played until the Final Four. I mean, for me, the college basketball season starts now. And I'm exaggerating, but here's the truth. I haven't really watched any of these women's games, but when you see that UCLA has already booked their ticket to Tampa.
First time in their school's history in the NCAA era.
And now you know that USC is 1 game away, but wait a second.
And you could have had that matchup.
And you don't have your best player.
Yeah.
And you're going up against what is probably regarded as the most legendary women's college basketball program.
At least of the last 25 years.
Oh, yeah. And you know, they've got the coach that he's got one name, Gino. People know who Gino is. Yeah. Okay. They've got the coach. They've had all the All-Americans. They've had all the WNBA stars. They've had all the national championships. So you know that USC is tonight going up against the biggest, baddest program in women's college basketball, and they don't have their best player. So for me, a person who has not really watched any of this women's tournament, this is a game where you're like, okay, now I'm in. So like tonight, when the USC is playing UConn, I'm going over to the Lakers game tonight, but I'm going to turn the USC game on the TV.
Yeah, it'll be on the TV.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be on ESPN.
Because now I want to see it.
Yeah. It'll be on right after this game that's on right now, TCU in Texas.
And I got to think that America, for those that are watching, America's got to be rooting for USC now because they're the
underdog story. Yeah.
Right. This is a great underdog story.
Yeah. Although I'm sure there'll be plenty in America that'll be like, hey, Paige Becker, she tore her knee up a couple years ago. Like last year, she was her first year back off a bad knee injury. And then, this is like her last chance, right, to win at UConn. And at UConn, to your point earlier, unless you're winning a championship, you're kind of like not remembered the same way.
Yeah. So I'm like tonight for the first time, I haven't look, I wasn't even watching when Juju got hurt. I saw it on social media and then turned on the game. Yeah. So I saw what happened in the aftermath, but I wasn't watching it in real time.
Yeah.
So now, I don't know about the rest of you guys. For me, someone who hasn't watched any of the women's tournament, now you got a story and you got me interested.
I would have loved to have. And look, if USC somehow pulls the upset, you still get USC, UCLA, even without Juju.
Yeah.
That's monstrous.
It'd be amazing.
Yeah.
And by the way, I didn't realize this about UCLA because we don't talk much UCLA because we're USC's home station.
Lauren Betts, she's amazing.
But I didn't realize that UCLA, obviously we know about how decorated the men's program has been historically.
That the women's was not.
Didn't know.
Yeah.
And when they said, hey, it's the first Final Four ever, I was like, oh, wow, that's interesting. I had no idea.
Yeah.
And big shout out to a friend of mine, a woman by the name of Beth Burns. You know who Beth Burns is, George?
The name sounds familiar.
Beth Burns is the lead assistant on Coach Gottlieb's staff at USC.
Okay.
And Beth has had an incredible career as a coach. She was coaching down at San Diego State many years ago, and she had a guy who was on her staff, was like a low-level assistant coach, and he didn't like the way Coach talked to her during games. So you know what they did? They fired Beth. She went and sued the school. She won, and she's been at USC ever since because when you get a coach of her status, of her magnitude, and she's willing to go back to being an assistant rather than a head coach, I mean, you've just made an incredible move with your coaching staff. A very Sean McVay-esque kind of move by Coach Gottlieb over at USC.
Bringing your guy?
Just like bringing my guy.
Yeah.
That's exactly right.
Real quick, Cappy.
Yes, keep going. I like this quick fire stuff we're doing.
Dan Wojcicki of the LA Times, a columnist, basketball columnist there, did an interview with JJ Redick. Did you see it?
Was this the interview about his
where he
home?
talks about losing his home and just kind of his life here, et cetera?
I actually thought it was quite interesting. Not only did they do the interview with JJ Redick, but the LA Times followed JJ to his to where his home was in the Palisades. And they have all this video of JJ seeing this.
So we have some of the audio here from the LA Times. Let's take a listen.
The personal loss is one thing, and that's hard, but it's the loss of like an entire community. That's like the hardest part to process. And I've talked with the mayor about this as well. Like part of the urgency to start this and get it going, and her like agreeing to fast track everything is like there needs to be like some level of like optimism and hope.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. And again, I've talked to you, like I mentioned, like what I think the rec center like represents to the community and what it certainly, I'm hopeful that, we can get this done. Yeah. In a timely fashion, have people back. We're in it for the long haul. I would love to be the Lakers coach for the next 15 to 20 years. If I'm not the Lakers coach, like I'm in it for the long haul in LA. Like this for me is like, it's important to me.
I actually thought that was really interesting because what he's saying is, hey, look, we know that JJ played for the Clippers and he has an LA history, but to say, hey, look, I want to be the coach of the Lakers, but if I'm not, like watching my house get burned down, watching my community get burned down, knowing what the rec center meant to this town, et cetera, I'm here. I'm in. I'm not going anywhere. I thought it was pretty cool. I thought it was a great piece by the LA Times.
I think Dan's an excellent writer, and the interview portion of it on video is excellent as well. He is ingrained himself not only into the community, but the Laker community and the local community in general, right? Like I think that there's no more jokes, right? Remember there was a lot of jokes before the season, and even early that first month in the season, there were a lot of JJ jokes. Not a lot of JJ jokes these days.
What were the JJ jokes? Any good ones? Like knock, who's there? JJ who?
Yeah, no, not those
not
kind
that
of jokes.
one? Okay,
yeah.
got it.
Yeah. So not those kind of jokes, but jokes about like, LeBron, podcast partner, blah, blah, blah. He's, what's he going to do when he has to coach a real game with like men and not 7-year-olds, that kind of stuff.
Well, I mean, listen, I think JJ Redick has been the beneficiary of LeBron's buy-in.
Yeah.
And therefore,
the team's buy-in afterwards.
And that's what happens is when your leader buys in.
Yeah.
And the reason LeBron did buy in is because of the relationship he'd had previous.
Yeah.
And then everybody else buys in. That's great. And then, of course, JJ is the beneficiary of the trade.
Right.
The trade that no one could have seen coming.
No.
I
mean, literally a lottery ticket fell from the sky.
I know, and think about that. It's my first time coaching an NBA team. I'm the coach of the Lakers.
Right.
I'm coaching LeBron.
Yeah.
And in the middle of the season, they gave me Luka.
Right.
Does it get any better than that?
No.
I can freaking coach this team.
No, you can't.
I can.
No.
Because I do it like this.
All right, you know what? Bring in DeAndre
I
now.
go like this. I go, yo, LeBron, what do we do?
Yeah, please bring in DeAndre.
Luka, what do we
Save
do?
this.
You
Save
guys
this.
decide. I'll just stand here and look good.
The look good part is even a stretch.
No, that I look damn. Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, hell
Our polls
yeah.
peg.
Yeah, he.
Oh, look at that.
Wow.
Oh, look at that.
Give me some OPP.
Yeah.
Yo,
you
where's
know
mine?
Naughty by
See, Cappy?
nature.
Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hell
By the way, it
yeah.
is time for Dealer's Choice, the Real Deal Dealer's Choice, brought to you by Seller's Advantage, Cappy.
Yes, it is. The Real Deal Dealer's Choice presented by Seller's Advantage. George, thank you so much for that. Seller's Advantage. Hey, listen, don't call an agent. Call Seller's Advantage. You're going to get a free, no-obligation offer, and they make selling easy.
No obligación.
No, no obligación. 888-390-AS-IS, 888-390-AS-IS, or sellersadvantage.com. And today, the Dealer's Choice has just walked into the studio.
Yeah, DeAndre. So, DeAndre, tell me about this video.
Hey.
Oh, before, hold on. You get jammed to OPP first.
Yeah. Anybody who's watching on the YouTube feed, check out DeAndre's hoodie. Okay?
OPP, baby.
It says OPP.
Our polls pay.
And on the back of it, let's see what it says.
Cited.
Oh, hell yeah.
Business.cited.co.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Way to
Cappy
go,
Enterprises.
DeAndre. That's right.
What's
Way to
going
go,
on? What's
DeAndre.
going on, everyone?
Cappy NT.
I missed you guys.
We missed you too,
Missed
but
you guys.
Brian has held it down. He's done a fantastic job in your honor.
BC, that's my guy. That's my guy.
Yeah, baby.
But so this birthday.
Tell me about this. First of all, happy birthday.
Appreciate you guys.
Yes. Tell me about this video you and your girl
Let me
posted
see
that I
this
saw.
video. Let me see this video.
I gotta. It's already down. man.
It's no longer on the stories.
Dude, that was
You
such a
missed
good
it.
video.
It's 24 hours, dog.
Yeah, 24
Don't you
hours.
put it on like TikTok or something?
Nah, I don't. You know, not everything. It has to be posted
you
on
don't have
all
with TikTok?
platforms.
Yeah,
No,
man.
no.
It's a 24-hour thing. You either saw it or you
Let
didn't
me see it. You got to have it saved on your phone.
Just show it to him. It's
Yeah,
good.
let me find it. But obviously, for my birthday,
There's just room to hit it.
and along with my friends and stuff like that, we like to post memorabilia stuff on our stories. Just kind of give a birthday shout out, all that stuff. So my girl obviously posted a video of me dancing with her, and it was when I went to Mexico last year with her.
Oh, I remember that.
So the song
Did
that
you
was
go to Tulum?
I was in
Tulum?
Tulum. No, I was in Cancun.
Oh, Cancun.
No, I was
not Tulum.
They're close to each other.
Yeah,
Yeah,
close, yeah.
Because I warned you. I said, hey, you got to be careful down there. Everybody comes back with COVID.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, so it was Tulum. So the song that I was dancing to with there was Water by Tyler.
Right.
She's an R&B artist.
Yeah.
You
So
think I don't know that?
You didn't.
you have no idea
You
who
had
Tyler is.
no
I know
idea.
who Yolanda is.
Now you do.
You know that?
Now
you
you
know
do.
nothing. I know Tyler.
So this is Tyler right
Let me
here.
take a
This is
look.
Tyler. This is me dancing.
Oh, I remember this dance. Oh, damn. Oh, damn. Oh, you got on that do-rag like LeBron? Oh, hell yeah. And you got on them slides with them white socks? And you got your shorts all pulled up with them big old quadzillas? Oh, get on it, bruh. Oh, yeah. Oh, shake that thing. Oh, yeah. Come on, D. Come on, D. Shake it. Shake it. Oh, yeah.
Let me ask you this, Brian. Does Mace or Ireland ever go shake, shake, shake it, bro?
No, but they should.
Oh, God.
Brian, whose show do you have more fun on?
I sit on the fence on this one.
Everybody knows this is a fun show.
Of
course.
It's
It's
okay.
a fun way to drive home.
Yes, exactly.
That's right.
It doesn't mean they're not fun. Everyone knows, Joe, this is the fun show.
We got to put him on the
They
spot.
get to
you
be
know?
the, what do they call them? The flagship show or whatever they call them?
The OGs.
The OGs. They get to be the OGs. But this is
Right.
the fun show. All the people want to be part of this show because they like to laugh and have fun.
All the train wreck happens
Right.
here.
And
Yeah,
the chaos.
exactly. That is a
Chaos
great point.
happens here. Exactly right.
What happens?
Chaos.
Oh, I think you said
Yeah.
something else.
What'd you think I said?
Don't worry about it.
No, Cappy, don't.
Yeah. I just thought it
Let
was
it go.
something else. Seriously. I don't even want to go down the road. But anyway. So, DeAndre, you had a good birthday?
I did. Yeah, just celebrated with some friends and families. We was playing some dominoes.
Oh,
you know.
domino
Put some-
Double
effort.
six or double nine?
Double six.
Come
man.
on,
Double six. I know. You know what? You gotta teach me the
I'm gonna
double
teach you
nines.
double
Teach
nine.
me the
You're
double
going to have
nines.
him teach you double nines?
He's the
Come
one.
on,
He's the
dog.
one that
He's
brought it up.
Cuban, bro. He
Yeah,
got
he's
him.
the one that brought
Let me
it
tell
up.
you something, bro.
Yeah, go ahead.
I went to Little Havana with Dan Lebitard's dad and played in a domino tournament in Little Havana.
Okay.
And we smoked all those old men.
Smoked all them fools.
all of them.
Oh, really?
Ooh.
Hey,
This
by
was
the
like
way,
10 years ago.
speaking of Miami, really quickly, I had major FOMO this weekend because my college buddies were all going down to Florida. And they were like, you got to get down here.
Ultra Music Festival?
No, they were just going down
Oh,
to
I thought you'd be jamming at Ultra Music Festival,
I don't know anything about it, but I know.
So what's this Ultra Music Festival?
I don't know, but I'm going to Beach
It's
Life.
an EDM festival.
No, I'm not into that. But here's the thing. My boys call me and they're like, hey.
Glow sticks, Cappy.
This is what they tell me.
And a lot of other things.
They go, you're missing out on playing golf today. I go, I know, guys, it sucks. I'm sorry. I wish I was down there with you guys. They go, you don't know what you're missing. I said, okay, what am I missing? They sent me a picture. You know what they sent me a picture of?
What?
Who I would have been playing golf with on Saturday. Dan Marino.
Oh, Dan the man.
They played golf with
Wow.
Marino, and I was playing golf with my son.
Why, Justin?
Wait, why are you
Why is he taking strays? Why is he catching strays?
I mean, I love my son. But
Clearly not as much as Dan
No,
Marino.
I love Dan Marino more than my own kid.
Man,
Damn, he
catching
took
strays.
some
That's my
shots.
guy too, Cap.
Yeah, man.
I'm a big Justin
Damn,
fan.
Justin.
Oh,
Man.
dude, he's a huge fan of yours. He
Man,
loves you.
man.
By the way, who's older, you or Luca?
I think I'm older. I'm
Lucas-
27.
He's about to
Okay.
turn. Oh yeah, he's 20. He's gonna be 26, or
Yeah,
he is 26.
26.
Yeah, we're done
Yeah, I'm
here.
on it.
Great job, BC, Laura. Thank you so much. The boys in the back, Cappy, Christopher, Mike Trudell, DeAndre. We'll talk to you mañana.